Anything that needs to happen? Yay, nay? We good?
I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So first set. Is anyone...
Said just dancing.
Yeah. Does anyone want to talk about what has happened in both Session 0 and Session 1 combined? It doesn't have to be in any particular order. Just what's happened recently.
So talk about both?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Session 0, the party met at... I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a guild, right? Slash tavern. There was food and drink there, and also there were contracts that you could take to complete different things, killing things or completing some sort of objective for some amount of money. Seemed like a bad deal because you had to pay a bunch of money to join the guild and pay a monthly fee, and the contracts weren't for very much money. But anyway, our NPC Cyrus and Klaus were already there, and my character Axel walked in and ended up sitting down to eat with them. And then shortly after that, Will's character Rin encountered Klaus at the contract board, and they started talking, and Rin ended up joining us as well. We didn't find any contracts that seemed all that well paying, but later on a guy was going around to different tables trying to get someone to make a delivery for him, and anyway, we ended up accepting the job, and he paid us some up front and gave us a small but heavy chest, and told us it needed to be delivered to Steingart by that evening, and it was already afternoon, and that we would be paid further upon delivery. So we all decided that we would do that, and so we set out. Klaus took us a way that was not the way that you normally go on the roads, but that was faster, more of a straight shot, to get us there on time, although we did encounter some rat people that ambushed us along the way, and we fought them off rather easily, and a few fled, and when we searched their bodies, we found at least one, if not several, shields that some of them had been carrying that had a mysterious symbol on them, which can be seen in Roll20 in the handouts, as Milo was just talking to us about in the journal section, with the sort of triangle, 3 lines. And anyway, so we took note of that. Didn't really find much else, I don't think, on them. And then continued to Steingart and made it there that night, on time, before midnight. Asked around a bit and looked around, and we ended up finding the person that we were looking for, which person that gave us the chest had told us their name, Taliesin. So we found them in front of the town hall, and sure enough, they did pay us, and we handed it over. And we had never seen what was inside the chest, but he did open it, and we saw a green glow from it without seeing what was inside. And it just seemed a little strange to us, maybe a little suspicious, but we did hand it over and go to just retire for the night because it was late. The next day, we all sort of split up and did our own separate things. I know Axel went and just kind of walked around in nearby natural areas outside the city. Didn't go too far, but just to see what nature was like in this area. I know Rin went and saw some ruins and explored the city a little bit. Klaus, I don't know exactly what you did, and if we're allowed to know or whatever. Okay.
Give voice to children and preach the word of Lyra.
There you go. So then the following day after that, we all got back together and we decided to go pay Taliesin another visit, to try to figure out a little more about stone, and also maybe look for more work, since it had paid pretty well compared to other opportunities that we'd seen. And I know from asking around, I think Ren maybe had learned that he did some research, something related to the military.
He's a prime military research consultant for Steingard.
Okay. Yeah. So with that knowledge, we decided to go and visit him. So we went and found him at the town hall. We were able to go in and meet with him in his office in the second floor of the town hall. And we found him looking a little bit sickly compared to how we had seen him previously, and he ended up talking to us a little bit about the thing that we had delivered to him. Although at the first time we brought it to him, he seemed like he didn't want to show us. The second time he was willing to, and it was he referred to it as a warp stone. It was a green glowing stone. And yes, piece of a comet. That's right. And he talked to us a little bit about that and where it was from, Mordheim, and ended up saying that if we wanted to help in some way, perhaps we could go venture to Mordheim and get, or by whatever means at least, but that was one option, to get more warpstone for him for his research. We got the chest back from him that we had delivered it in, so that we could transfer it if we did do that. Although before we finish our conversation with him, some creature burst through the window that I think that we later speculated was maybe similar to the rat creatures we encountered, although bigger, about 5 feet tall. Anyway, it broke in and pretty swiftly killed Taliesin right in front of us before we had time to react. And then it attempted to flee back through the window and across the rooftops, but we made chase, especially Rin, and then Axel, who for the first time, and without intention, turned into a giant spider, and they chased him along the rooftops. Klaus and Thyras ran along the streets below, doing their best, but although not before Klaus had done significant damage to the creature before it fled out the window. So despite all efforts, we were not able to quite kill the creature. We were close, but it ended up escaping over the wall and out of the city. We came back, talked to the guards about what had happened, and back where Taliesin had been killed, and I might be missing a little gap here, so fill in if I'm forgetting something. I don't remember all that happened in that conversation with the guards.
I mean, basically what they had mentioned, we asked them, Taliesin had like any family or any of their associates he was working with, and they pretty much said that he didn't have many, save for one individual, which was the Elector Count of Nuln, who Taliesin had visited somewhat frequently, enough for it to stand out in their mind. But as far as anyone else that was conducting this research with him, he seemed to be the only one, and no one else to deceive him or anything.
Okay, yes, that's a good point.
Calendar.
Yes, and so then after that we went and searched. Rin thought to maybe look into those ruins that he had seen previously. We went and looked up close. We didn't find any signs of life or anything like that in the ruins, but we did find a calendar we discovered. We weren't really sure what else to do with it at that point. So we left there, and I think we traveled back to where we had first encountered... We did do this at the end of the session, right? We traveled back to where we had first encountered the rat people.
They weren't there.
That's right, the corpses were gone. Yeah, which was we thought suspicious, and I think that is where we left off.
Yes, that's exactly where we left off. You guys are in that spot. At this point, I should have kept track of what time it was. At this point, it was let's say it's about 2 p.m. I can't recall exactly. I mean, by around noonish, I think you guys might have been around the rocks and the ruins. I don't know, but we'll say about 2 p.m. at this point. Or it's getting on to be about 2. Yeah, exactly what last happened was Rin was looking around for tracks and did see some very, very faint, because like they didn't really leave much of an impression, so it was very hard to spot. But Rin was able to spot some impressions that were going off in one direction, a couple different sets.
She has not said anything though.
Yes, she has not said anything about it though, but that was the very last thing that happened before we just got off. So, I'll leave it there in your all's hands for whatever you want to do now.
So, as Rin's sort of like kneeling down, like looking at the ground a little bit, and starts standing up. Guys, what exactly are we doing now?
Or I think we're trying to just find out what's going on with the rat people that no one seems to know about.
Okay, so I want to make sure, because I'm just trying to figure out if you guys are still trying to look into this whole warpstone thing, or if there's something else. Because before, I was really concerned because, you know, we got this stone to Allison and he acted really skeevy about it and didn't really say anything, which I thought was suspicious at first. And when we went back to talk to him, he pretty much just spilled everything and even admitted that he didn't know too much about it. He kind of just, you know, told us everything, and he looked like he'd been a lot worse in the past few days. And this creature that killed him and stole this thing, I'm just not 100% sure how I feel about all of this right now.
It does not sit right with me.
No, and I'm wondering, like, do we still care about this stone? Is this more just about the rat people now? It's kind of just what I've been thinking about since we walked here.
I think that this creature must have had some reason for killing and taking the stone, and there's just a lot of suspicion and mystery around these creatures, and I don't know, they just keep crossing paths with us specifically.
On top of that, it seems as if the people do not want to admit that the rat people exist. Very, very easily observed creatures, but time and again, nothing. As if they just don't want to talk about it. Why? At some point, people are going to get hurt.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't into something that might be over our head, but above our pay grade. Still a lot to take in, so was just trying to see how you guys felt about it.
Iris?
Just kind of... He's just been looking at the ground. What?
We just all turned to look at him at the same time. Proper for your thoughts.
Thyre's been crouching on the ground, just examining where remains had been. Has like some dirt in his hand, just kind of lets it fall to the ground, and you know, wields his hammer. Just kind of gives a notion of just you know, slight indifference, but mostly giving control to others.
Oh, okay. I did find some very faint tracks that looks like there's quite a few of them. It seems to be roughly reminiscent of those rat creatures, at sort of point to where it's heading off to. So, if we really do want to look into this, head that way.
I think we should. And if we do find ourselves in over our heads, then we can turn back, hopefully.
I agree. If it turns out to be too much, we let Guild know. But I do think it is worth looking into.
Okay.
So,
Yep, Virus gives a nod. His large warhammer is now strung over his shoulder. And so you guys want to just start following those tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess Rin's gonna take the lead to like try to lead them.
Okay.
Since they're very faint.
From where you guys are right now, you're starting to follow them. They appear, at least as of right now, that they are heading towards the south quite a bit, somewhat towards the southeast. Are you doing anything as you're traveling and following the tracks? Is there anything any of you
Keeping an
want to
eye
do?
out, since we are thinking that we're, eventually going to come across these creatures that we know to be hostile. Yeah, I mean, just
Okay.
keeping an eye out.
Listening for anything that might indicate that we're getting close to other beings or a camp or something.
Sure. Can I get how about Will? For Rin, can you give me a survival check with advantage? Since you're all working together on this.
20.
20. So about an hour and a half goes by, and you still continue to see the tracks, and you keep following them. After about another hour and a half, so it's been about 3 hours at this point, almost. You eventually are getting closer towards the base of the mountains, to the south. And as you approach, not as if it's trying to hide or anything of the sort, you start to see this kind of largish entrance to into the mountain, just carved out of it. It doesn't look particularly natural, but you can tell that as if it was used maybe as an old mine, it is carved out. There is nothing supporting it, though, like you would have seen from a mine, where normally you'd expect, at least Klaus, you would have probably been around in the mountains, you would expect there to be, like, wooden supports and whatnot, but there's nothing of the sort. It's just, it starts out dirt, but you can kind of tell it starts to become stone pretty quickly. And as you are able to look into it, you just see pitch black as it just goes further and further.
this is very poorly constructed. There should be supports. Great danger of collapse. Cave in. Not very well done.
And the tracks apparently go into the cave.
Yes, the tracks lead into the cave. And at least as you're getting around the cave entrance, and it's a lot less grass and whatnot, it's a little bit more muddier, and you can see that it looks like tracks have gone in and out in both directions. Quite a lot, to the point that it's just, there's quite a lot of different marks. It's just very muddied up, and it's a little bit jumbled and confused, because there's just so many tracks going in this one spot.
Rin has probably stopped a little shorter of everyone else of the cave and is just staring into it.
And it seems that there are a lot more creatures passing through here. Should I perhaps maybe I could go ahead and scout in a safe manner and see what's in there?
Are you asking me or are you asking your party?
I'm asking my party.
Okay, so I was like,
I would go with you, but my clothes, and I like pull the jacket back to show like the chainmail. Very
Oh no,
loud.
I think
Very
that
loud.
I think I might be able to maybe turn into some kind of small creature and where I wouldn't be seen. And Rin?
If you need support, just shout jingle.
Oh, very close to the Jenga.
I will come running.
Safe word is Jenga.
Jingle. Rin, what do you think about that?
Hmm?
What do you think about that? Are you going and scouting?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well I'm going to then use a wild shape. Do I mark this off? There it is. And I don't know, what do you think? Like a fly. Well, I'll just turn into a fly.
okay. So you're going to turn into a fly?
Yes. I am going to... My goal is to enter the cave and...
I'm just trying to think before you fully make
Can I
this
s-
decision. I'm
can I
trying to
see
think
if
if
a
a
fly
fly can see in the dark.
has dark vision. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me... So a spider can, it just can't fly.
Bats
So I could do a spider. Yeah, oh, yeah, bat. That's probably pretty good.
would
bat.
probably be your best bet.
Um,
Speaking as the one of the conscious voices inside of your head.
let's see. Bats actually do not have dark vision. They do have. Well, they have blind sight of 60 feet,
Yeah.
so that's pretty good.
That's
Okay.
better.
That's
Bit-
better. Yeah. I usually sometimes blind sight is like it's only a short range. So but 60 feet. That's good. So okay. Okay. I'll turn into a bat then.
Okay. So you're going to turn into a bat and you're just going to kind of go in. I assume you're going to stay up towards the top of the cave.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go in and you can continue going forward for a while. And you said it's dark vision that you specifically have?
Blind sight.
Oh, blind sight. Okay.
So as long as I'm not deafened.
Interesting. That'll help with how I describe it. So essentially, you're going through, and it takes a couple hundred feet. That you just keep going. It's slowly going downwards. Quite gradually, it's going downwards. You can just feel it, and it goes on for quite a long while, a couple hundred feet, and eventually you come out to a small, what seems like room, just a small space. And there you are able to sense three familiar figures from what you had previously seen. You kind of can tell, because you know you can't see detail, but you can see basically the outlines, like you can see what they should look like for the most part. And it does roughly look like some of those rat humanoids that had attacked you previously. But you do see from that point, you see that the cave also continues to go on towards your right, as well as a larger opening goes on straight ahead of you. And before we continue this for sure, how long can you stay shapeshifted? Just want to make sure.
Let's see.
Okay, that's
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. I'll say it. Yeah, you'll probably be able to do all this within an hour, so it'll be okay. Well, okay. So, would you like to start looking around any other particular place?
Yeah. Okay. So, is the larger way like similar to the size of the part that I've already been in, and the other one's smaller, or is it like?
So right before you entered this small room, it started to get a little bit thinner. This cave was kind of carved out to looking like it's roughly almost 15 feet wide in all dimensions. But as you were getting to this small room, it slowly enclosed to being roughly about 8 feet in diameter in each way, before opening it up into this small room. Up ahead, yes, is more like 15 feet wide, from what you can tell. But there is a smaller path off to the right that instead looks like it's maybe about 5 feet. It's kind of a smaller passage.
I will first go to the smaller passage.
Okay. So you start going through the smaller passage and just kind of winds around just a bit. It's not very long. But after about 40 feet or so, you get into this pretty largest room. It's about the same size as the other one, just, it's maybe double its size. And before I describe anything, do bats have scent? I don't know do you guys know bats smell things? I don't know if bats smell things. It'd be good to
They have a
know.
pretty keen sense of smell, right?
I just know they can't see.
As far as I know, they can smell. They have noses.
Oh, Google it.
Pretty big noses,
Google
honestly.
bats.
I'm seeing what bats smell like, and I'm not wanting to know what bats smell like. I want to know, can bats smell?
Yes,
would assume so.
especially
I mean,
when
they're-
they've defecated on each other.
Okay,
Bats
they
can be
seem
used
like
as a spell for many critical tasks.
yeah. That's what I'm reading.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So as you get into this room, it smells quite bad. It smells a little bit like rotting eggs, just a bit. It vaguely could have started to smell like that just from a couple feet out before you got in here, but it's starting to smell like that. You can sense many of the figures. If you were to spend time properly counting, you see about 9 of those humanoid rats that are like the 3 foot, more like on the shorter end. And you see one that's, roughly about 4 foot, walking around. Looks a little bit like he's actually wearing some cloth. And you see various junk just piled around in this room. There's just junk strewn everywhere. But you do see across the way another hallway. But it's the only one besides where you came from that you'd be able to go to from this room.
Okay. Assuming I still feel like I'll have enough time, then I would I'll keep going to that hallway.
I'll just ask, it just depends how long you want to stay in a room, because I think you could go throughout, everywhere within an hour. As long as you're not lingering anywhere for about 10 to 15 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep going.
Yeah. I'm just kind of getting the
summarize and say I see the whole place or whatever, and just summarize it. That's fine.
Sure. I'll just go through. Assuming you're going to keep going through everywhere, we'll just kind of go through it. You start going through this, pretty short passage. It's not super tiny, but you can go through this passage, and you see about 5 rats that are wearing cloth. A couple of them have shields, but it's a fairly large room. Even prior to the one you were in, there's not a whole lot in it. You can see just 1 or 2 skeletons laying around. You start going further, and off to your left, once you've entered this room, you see this very large passage. And once you enter, the smell's been getting much worse, a lot more putrid. And once in this room, from what you can tell through your blind sight, are just massive piles of bones. And there's very little that you can see that looks like it's actually still meat. Everything looks like it is picked clean through. It's just mostly bones. You can see some scraps of stuff lying around, but it seemed like most junk had been in that one room prior that had many rats in it. And there's just one rat that's sifting through the bones. Not looking like... He looks like one of the ones that maybe attacked you and had been throwing rocks prior. He's got a little sack of rocks next to him. And then you start to leave that room, and you get into this massive, expansive room where there are just tons of rats. As you spend maybe about 5 minutes just kind of flying around, making sure you check all the details repeatedly, and occasionally swooping down a little bit, you're able to count that there is roughly about 19 rats in this room. Some have clothing, some have shields. A few don't really have weapons. You can't really tell with how little time you're really getting to look at everything exactly what they're all doing. But for the most part, they're just off doing various things. But there's about 19-ish rats in this room. You see a very large path off to your left, so basically north, directionally. But you see this very large path to your left, and before going to that, you see this very tiny path at the end of the room. And in it, you see this this kind of hulking rat. He's about 4 or 5 foot, but he's got something attached to him that looks quite large. It looks quite bigger than a backpack, but you can't really tell what materials it is or anything like that. And he seems to have a bunch of stuff in this room, as if he's like working on something. But there's
Making toys.
Exactly. That's what's going to happen if you start making toys. You just become a rat person.
I don't see anything warpstone-like.
No, you
like
see...
that catches my eye.
Yeah, you don't see anything that looks warpstone-ish. He just has many glass bottles strewn around his this small cave room. And as you exit back into the large expanse and go towards that large tunnel, it seems to bring you back to the start where you had initially seen just a couple rats. And then you start to go down the very long couple hundred feet.
Oh, yeah, okay, I came back the same way that I went. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going down the other one. Okay.
And then after, a good while, now at this point, it's been roughly about 50 minutes, I would say. It's been about 50 minutes up to almost an hour, and you're still in bat form, but you reach your group.
Alright, well, I'll come back. I'll return to normal form. And I will summarize all of that to them, tell them what all I saw. There's these tunnels, and it smells terrible, and there are a lot of the rat creatures there, and especially there was one off in a room by himself that was different. It was bigger than the others, and it seemed like he was working on something. I got the impression he was more intelligent than the others.
How big?
I don't know. I don't know if it could be the same creature that attacked Taliesin. It could be, but I don't know. I didn't see a warp stone, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there. So
A lot of rats.
That. Oh. Does not sound too amazing. You didn't see any warpstone in there.
I didn't see one, but it could have been there. It could have been in something.
You guys aren't actually thinking about going in there, are you?
Well, I was just thinking about telling you, and I don't know. I'll do whatever. What do you think, Rin?
I mean, I don't know. If we want to solve this problem, maybe we find some way to just wrap them in there. I don't really see the point in us going in there if there's that many in there, and with how dark it is, and who knows if you had missed anything. Maybe it just makes more sense to either let the guild know, or maybe you had said, DM, that the entrance seems to be noticeably non-supportive.
Very poorly made. Very
Yeah.
poorly made. Would not be difficult, I think, to bring entrance down.
You might be muted, Milo.
Yeah, okay, I was muted, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's extremely sound, at least when you're at the portion of it that's dirt. But it's not very far until it's just stone, and I mean, it looks like quite sturdy stone, but it definitely looked like someone carved this hole out of it. It's not, you know, there are no supports or anything. I mean, if you thought you had something that could really bring it down, I mean, you could try.
I mean, the way I see it, I'm just not 100% sure going in there is the best thing. I mean, it's one thing to get
A lot of rats.
overrun, or, if, say we started getting into something inside, who knows if it could just collapse with us inside it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting a really bad feeling from what you described.
I agree.
Yeah. Perhaps. I don't know if it would help to close it off or not. It might. I don't know if these creatures created these tunnels, and it might hold them back for a while, but it wouldn't necessarily trap them forever. We could try if you wanted. I don't have any great way to do that. I can make some thundering, forceful things happen, but I don't know if I could bring it down.
I mean, I'm not trying to tell you what I think we should do. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel about it. That's it.
Yeah, perhaps we would need more information or a better reason to go in there.
I would even feel better just drawing some of them out, honestly.
Yeah.
Perhaps, if we were to alert, we were to bring attention of this place to the authorities, bring them back here, come back with greater force, we would A, able to deal with very many rats, and B, would not be able to deny, people would not be able to deny rat people anymore.
Right.
Very
True.
real problem to deal with. For now, though, the four of us, I think, too dangerous,
Yeah.
too risky.
Okay.
That doesn't sit well.
Well, what do you propose instead?
I like the idea of bringing down entrance, making sure rats don't go anywhere, but would take great force. I could cast spell to attack entrance, but
Yeah.
We could
If
also
we are wanting to bring someone,
limited.
guards or someone here at some point, then perhaps it's not best to take it down. If they end up, I don't know, if then we couldn't get in, or if they
could
create a
pose-
separate exit from where they are, and then we don't know where it is.
We could pose both cases, because if we went and told them, maybe we could come back with a bigger force, or they may be able to provide us with something that could close us down if we decided that was better to do.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if this is going to pose danger to all the people there, the authorities are going to feel obligated to do something about it. If they think that shutting this entrance off is best, then I don't see why they wouldn't be able to provide thing.
Okay.
I think
So we can go back and talk to them.
Yeah, and Thyrus is nodding his head, along with everyone.
important to note. I believe if we are going to alert authorities, we do not mention that it is rat people. We have seen they do not believe rat people are real. We say it is bandits, it is troublemakers, it is thieves, cultists, whatever.
Or we could say beastmen, something that they've said poses a problem.
That also is good.
I mean, I think
And-
technically we're not lying.
Technically true. I do not like to lie.
Or just tell them that we were ambushed on the road or whatever, and this is where they are hiding out. The creatures that ambushed us.
Yeah. Da. Have to make it look convincing, though. Rin, come here. Hit me in face.
Wait, no, but that really did happen. We just... Okay. That happened 2 days ago.
Thank you. Very
Granted, we didn't get any scratches from it.
good. Zebo.
Sorry, but I hope I pulled back enough.
Yeah. So where are y'all wanting to go?
Are we going
Yes,
back,
back
to
to
Steingart?
probably the town hall specifically, because that's the last place we saw any authorities at.
Okay.
Steingart's still the closest place, right? I mean, like, we were closer to Steingart when they attacked us than we were to...
Yeah, you were closer to Steingarten. With how the path has gone... Let me try to think of what's actually closest. Yeah, with how the path has gone, you would know that you are closer to Steingart than Kolbhugel, of the towns you know and have been to. So,
Okay, then we'll go back to Steingart.
back to Steingart? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you can start to head over back towards Steingart. It's about, roughly 3.5 hours just walking from where you are now. You're getting there now, because you had been at the cave from about 5 to 6, in the afternoon or evening. At this point, it's definitely dark out. You're getting back. It's about like 9 to 10 at night. All the people have stopped working in the farms, although, the few farmsteads and pastures that you pass, it seems like the homes have, put out their candles for the night. And you can start to go into the town. It's kind of similar to when you had first arrived for the most part. You can see what few taverns and inns there are, seem like they're still open and have light shining out of their main rooms. But most things seem to be closed as you're getting into town.
Perhaps we could spend the night then and talk to someone in the morning.
Probably best.
Okay. Do you plan
Maybe
to
we'll head
just stay
back
at the
to
same inn?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's probably what we would do.
Sure. You can pay another silver each for the night.
Ignore that roll. I misclicked.
How dare you roll that?
Yeah.
Damage roll.
Way
Way to waste that roll.
Yeah. You want me to roll again until I can roll a bad one?
Yeah, because that's how rolls
That's
work.
how it
They're all
works.
mutually exclusive.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, is there anything you guys are trying to do overnight or anything? Anything you want to do before the morning when you guys set back off to try and go to the town hall? I mean, of course, make sure you all take the benefit of a long rest. Because you guys are going to spend the night, you're sleeping, getting your good rest. Pretty casually able to do, relax and do a full long sleep. I think
I meditate for the first portion, and then
Okay.
put myself to sleep.
Okie dokie, you're able to do that fairly easy.
Go to bed.
The inn itself, like, the taverns seem quite a bit rowdy, but the inns themselves, downstairs, it's mostly people that just are there to eat a meal before they go to bed. There's not I mean, of course some people are drinking, but it's not rowdy like the taverns, so you're able to meditate pretty easily. But upon the next morning, you guys, wake up, and if you wish, you can set off to go to the town hall.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, you guys make your way there. As you remember, you're not all that far from town hall, where your inn was located, so you're able to go up towards it. And as you get in, there's a couple more people there today. Because last time, as you recall, besides the guards post outside a door, and the man that's kind of working the front desk. There had only been one person that looked like a civilian waiting around, but there's a couple people sitting around in various chairs. Two guys are chatting away at the table, just trying to kill time.
I'm gonna maybe on the way over there. I was talking to these guys and saying like, the guards may. I don't know if we want to tell them that it might be related to Allison's murder, or if we just want to go with the exact original story about being ambushed. Up to you guys. You'll be talking to them probably.
I mean, could at the very least say that we think it's related, but we don't really even know ourselves. It's not definitive yet, so.
I'm not good liar.
Yeah, either.
Well,
I guess we just start. Yeah, same. I guess we just start with we do know for sure, and then the worst they can say is no. Alright, Rin's gonna walk to probably whoever's sitting at like the front table, the front, whatever that.
Yeah, as you enter in the door, there's the desk that's off to your left, kind of facing the entryway. You enter in, and the guy recognizes you and says, "Oh yes, you were here yesterday. What do you need done today?"
We need to talk to someone affiliated with the guards.
Can I inquire what you need?
Talk to someone affiliated with the guards.
Well, I'm kind of in charge of organizing everything. I just need to know, like, why. If it's something urgent, we could, try to get you to speak with someone immediately, but otherwise you need to wait like everyone else.
Found a potential encampment, maybe a couple hours outside of here, of basically some creatures that attacked us on the way here. We think it may be possibly linked to some other instances that have happened that have been putting some people in danger, and we wanted to see if any of the guard was interested in looking into this with us.
Yeah, I can put you down. The Baron will see you in a bit. He has some other people waiting for him, as you can see. But feel free to just take a seat, and I'll call you when you're next.
Hey, tell him it's important.
Yep, I'll make sure he knows, and then gets back to doing his work. He's got a lot of paperwork in front of him.
Would you like help with papers?
Can I see roughly what paperwork looks like it might be about?
There's various things. They seem like some of them are requests. From what you're able to glance, some of them seem like they're requests. They all seem mostly like official documents. Not like something that someone randomly just kind of gave them or anything. Like they might have been sent from another town or city. But they all seem to look kind of official and professional. They're making requests or usually asking a question. But while you're just kind of taking a glance, he looks up at you. Not necessarily stopping what he's doing, but kind of looks up at you and says, you don't mind, you can just go take a seat. This isn't really meant for the public eye, necessarily.
Okay. Then I do a very obvious, just glance back down at it, that he sees me, and then fuck off.
Yeah, and he just keeps
Hope it doesn't bend under his weight.
and he keeps just doing his paperwork. If there's nothing necessarily you want to do in the meantime, I can just kind of skip to when it's you guys getting to talk with someone.
Are there any interesting conversations that we overhear?
No, everything seems like it's from what you're able to hear, they seem like just there's only the one main conversation going on between the two random civilians, and they're just kind of talking about random personal things. They seemingly know each other. They've lived in this town. What you can tell, they all look like they live in this town, but no, the two guys are just kind of talking about random things, such as their children, what they're up to, things like that. Just trying to catch back up, maybe, but you don't really have a lot of interesting conversations to hear, or that would really pique your interest.
Rin looks at Klaus and Axel. I'm gonna get some fresh air for a minute, and then Will is actually gonna tinkle.
Okay. I see. Well, I may as well just take a moment and just wait until he's back. 'Cause I mean, it's like, may as well.
Man.
So my family and I, make it sound like it's as if I'm involved, really, but my parents closed on a house. So we'll be moving.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very close to where we live now. It's essentially the same distance from anywhere we'd planned to ever go. It's that close to us. But it's an actual full-sized house, so that'll be cool. They just finished closing on it today, so around like 3-ish. So get to start. I don't know. I guess moving stuff in slowly. I won't really technically live over there until internet's over there. So.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. I'm excited. Okay, but Will's back now. Okay, so
Back inside.
Will's back. Rin comes back in. Just a moment or two after Rin walks back in and takes a seat or stands around. You've seen over time people have been getting called, and you've seen people exit the room that's between the guards. But eventually, it is your turn. There's a couple people still waiting that have gotten here after you at this point. But they call for your party to be able to go in and speak with the Baron. As you enter the room, it's still quite a modest-looking room. I mean, this whole building is made of stone, so the entire interior of this room is stone. There is a window behind you facing the outside, but you're able to sit down and, well, mainly only one of you can sit down. There's not a bunch of chairs, but there's a large desk and a burly man that looks like he might even be a soldier of sorts is just sitting down at the desk. As you've opened the door and started coming in, he's just kind of waving you in and says, you can close the door. So what's this here? I was told you had something about hideouts. There's something you found. You were requesting something about guards.
We found a cave entrance outside the city that seems to be housing some creatures that attacked us on our way in here. Think it may be a danger to some people here. We wanted at the very least for someone of the guard to know about it and potentially come to this to investigate, see if it's something that needs to be addressed or not.
You can tell he starts to make some notes, and he's like, okay, well, what kind of creatures are we talking about? How many? Where is this located?
And just looks at Axel. But not 100% sure. Maybe some form of bespoke. Probably at least a few dozen, maybe.
Oh, a few dozen. It's like, they seem like they were armed. You said they attacked you. Did
Some
you
of them-
file a report about this attack? Or anything like that?
Where
Did they know we could do that?
where would one go to file a report?
It depends. If you went with another town, you could speak to, whoever's in charge of each town. Otherwise, in Steingart, you come to me. This
We'll
is...
do this now. Then.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's what you were in here for. But yeah,
It's human face.
yeah, and he kind of looks up, sees the, slight bruise on your face from where, we as players know that Rin, punched you in the face, and he's like, yeah, I can see that. Seems like you get into some fights. Yeah, I mean, as the Baron of this town, I have ownership over it, so I don't, as you can see, I don't have a lot of people necessarily working for me here in the town hall. Most of them just patrol and have guard duty. I could try to make note of this. Don't have a lot of people to spare, though. I don't know if I'd really be able to just have my men go and see to this. He kind of sits back in his chair, looks out the window
What?
some.
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh.
Well, we wanted you to at least know about it. And of course, at your discretion, you can choose what to do about it.
Needed to mention to someone so that no one else gets hurt.
He's like, I definitely understand. He starts to lean back in his chair, kind of strokes his beard some. It's not very long. He seems like he's still he's fairly young. He's at least younger than Klaus, at least. Might be in his mid-30s, because his hair still has color. He's not, gray or white-haired, such as I'm pretty sure Klaus is. But
yeah, I'm going white. Yeah.
yeah, you're going white. But yeah, he still has a lot of color in his black beard, in his short black hair. And he says, he kind of looks you all over and says, looks like you all know how to fight. Would you be able to make some kind of contract and be willing to go in place of some of my soldiers? I could probably then be able to spare at least a few to help you, but I definitely wouldn't be able to just have it just be my men that go. I don't have enough manpower for that right now.
Many.
And he has quite a few files on his desk. Just random parchments and papers. Some of them look aged, while some still look pretty fresh. And he kind of cycles through them all until he finds one that seems like it's important to him. And he starts looking through the list. And he says, it looks like I have about 3 that could go with you. 2 of them are still fairly young lads. They're not, extremely well trained in combat. There's one that would be pretty useful in a fight, but I really only have 3 men that I could spare right now. They would go under my order. As for you all, I could give... And he pulls out this drawer in his desk and kind of looks around. You hear some shuffling noise as he reaches an arm down. He's like, I could pay you all maybe 50 gold. That sounds reasonable. He said it was quite a few dozen. And I don't have the manpower for this, but if you can lead my men there to aid you, we could go for 50 gold. I know that's quite a bit, so hopefully that sounds reasonable to you all. And as far as I care, if you find anything there, you can keep it. I will want a good report back of everything that was found, as well as how many were there. But I'll have my men see to that.
Klaus very quickly glances around the room. Just feel everything out while trying to contain his surprise at the words 50 gold. He hasn't heard the words 50 gold in a while.
Yeah, and at least while you're engaged in the room, Thyros for sure notices that and looks over you and is like... As he's been traveling with you for a couple weeks now, and he's... he's about on the same page as you, as far as from his venture guild kind of contracts.
How about you, big guy? When's the last time you've seen some action?
Which big guy are you speaking to?
Who are you talking
I'm speaking to the Baron.
Oh.
That's the Baron. He wants to go.
He looks slightly surprised and a little bit amused. He's like, "I've done my fair share. I have a lot of duties I sadly have to attend to. Not the kinds that, are really enjoyable. I'd much rather be on the field, but at least if duty calls, if I'm summoned from the Elector Count, then I'll definitely be on the field of battle once again. But till then, I have to take care of running the town, so I can't really afford to do such."
First of all, Rin chuckles 2 times that he says duty.
I mean, suit yourself. Don't want a piece of the action. Sit here bored then.
What is playing right now?
That's what I just started to think. I literally just also at this moment paid attention to that. I'm like, what is
I
playing?
about 30 seconds ago, like, where I changed, I was like...
How?
Like, this is not the mood we're going for,
Even if we're past an hour, the other thing should have just ended. What are we
It's the
hearing?
Baron's theme song. He's
Yeah.
ready. He's gathering up the strength to come fight with us.
This is what's playing as he's just reminiscing in his mind of the good old days. He's
reminiscing
just-
about his son
Good
and
old
thinking
days.
about how he should be protecting people. Actually, though,
Hold on, just give me one moment. I'm finding something.
this is Avid Brothers nonsense.
Okay, that's what we're gonna listen. I don't know what's in here. I'm gonna hit stop before I hit play again.
Man, I like it.
Yeah, I mean it's not like I hate it. It's just
Bye.
it's not with theme.
It's just like,
Quite
what?
fitting.
Okay. Okay. Where were we? I mean, I know there was Rin laughing when he said duty.
I mean, Rin was basically just heckling this guy into possibly coming with us.
Wait, somebody figure out logistics, like when we're doing it, if we're doing it. I think it sounds cool, and 50 gold sounds good, but that's not super important to my character. But
Are we speaking in and out or out of character? I'm sorry.
that was out of character. That was just me talking to you guys.
Yeah, as a player,
Like-
yeah, I'm totally cool with it. But
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Someone,
still,
all right.
again, Rin's still waiting on his answer, his final answer. So he's just standing there.
What final answer? He gave you a final answer. He told
Said
you
he
that.
wasn't coming to
I
fight.
must have missed that part. Okay, cool. All right, see you soon.
Okay, then in character.
There's no. Is that your final answer?
But really, though,
Real talk though. Come on.
Are you wanting to do this soon? Tomorrow? In a week? When? What were you thinking, Baron?
You got a boys ready to go.
I could get my guys ready in maybe about an hour. I'd have to go send someone to collect them real quick, but they'd be able to get their equipment ready and be able to set out. Where did you say this was?
I don't. As a
I mean,
Player,
from
I don't know where it is.
where you are as like a player, I can tell you. I mean, this was about roughly 3 to 3.5 hours, and this was Mostly from where you are now, southeast. It's along the mountains.
Well, hopefully he's still interested when we tell him it's 3.5 hours away from his town, but we'll round that down a bit.
Say a couple.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
attacked. We'll say we got attacked a couple hours outside of town.
Okay. Couple hours. Well, we definitely need to see to this issue. If you're saying there's a couple dozen beastmen, hoarding about out there, but I can maybe get a couple horses ready. My guys will. They'll meet you a little bit outside of town. They should maybe have one for each of you. He kind of looks around at each of you and just kind of sees that there are some size differences. But continues on. Do you all know how to ride a horse, or is everyone going to need to walk still?
I haven't ridden a horse, but I've ridden things. Figure it out.
Okay, well, that sounds fine then.
I could learn.
I mean, you've ridden a reindeer, probably, right? So, like, it can't be that different.
Smaller.
He's like, okay, well, my men will meet you outside the town in roughly an hour. I'll tell them, give them a brief description of you all, and they'll come see you. But till then, I have work that I still need to tend to. If you have any further questions, you can ask my administrator outside.
Okay. Alright.
Ezekiel.
Rin's the last one to walk out, and then right before walking out, just turns around. Chance.
Looks up, gives you a nod, and then just continues doing his work.
He's
Live the glory days!
deep down he wants to.
Okay, specifically, this has nothing to do with the adventure, but I just want to know the current music track that is playing is from Oblivion, which
Is
I
it?
know because I was just playing Oblivion not 2 hours ago.
Oh.
I was not playing it recently, but it definitely is from Oblivion.
It just distracted
I
me.
forgot that the
Wait.
video I clicked, because I just clicked one in particular that was related to...
I turned the game
Town.
off, right?
It says best of game fantasy soundtrack OST plus tracklist. So yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to tell as someone that did not play Oblivion.
It's been
But-
way too long for me to have recognized that. But yeah, I completely believe you hearing it. So
Yeah, it stands out very... I had not noticed it before you said it, but as soon as you mentioned it and I started actually listening to it, I'm like, yeah, it takes me back to playing Oblivion.
DM, a quick logistical question. From the town hall where we currently reside, how far would I know is Miss Febb's shop?
From the description you were given, based on where you were before, it's near the top of the hill, on the other side of town. Not like on the edge of town, but like you guys are on one side of the hill. It's like on the other side, but it's as you got to recall, it's not a superly massive town. As far as like time to get there from where you're at now, it might take, if you're just kind of walking around, like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge later on then.
Okay.
Just curiosity.
Okay. Is there anything any of you want to do in this hour you essentially have to prepare yourselves to head out? I mean, I know at the very least you guys have taken a long rest because you got a good night's sleep right before all this.
Rin's gonna find another stand that sells some kind of fruit.
Okay. You just want to go back to the one you were at before?
Did you say
Unless
we
I can
rested?
find another one.
Where's-
Did last night.
Yeah, you guys took a
Oh.
long rest. Yeah, this is the next
Long rest
morning.
at the tavern.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
my spell slot back. Everything's fine.
Yeah, you guys spend a night at the same inn. You paid another 1 silver to stay there one more night.
That was 4. That makes okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yep.
everything's fine.
Yeah, so you got your spell slots. Yeah, so I mean, it's not like there's stuff you have to recover like that. But Rin's gonna go off somewhere, find somewhere sunny that she can meditate for 30 minutes. The rest of you wanting to follow her and just kind of chill around where she's at, or you got something else you want to go do? Or no, you didn't say that. Yeah, no, you didn't say that at all. You wanted to go get fruit. That's usually what I'm just used to you saying that to me. So I'm just
Klaus
like,
is going to go out into the square and hand out toys.
okay, yeah, you go hand out toys. You look around. You don't see many that exclusively sell fruit. You do see one that sells fruits and meats. But you also do know of the vendor that you were at before. It seemed to be the only one that sold exclusively like fruits and nuts and stuff.
Kind of
and
this other one
vegetables.
that I found have.
This other one seems to have some raw, what you can assume is lamb. That you can buy to take home. It mostly seems like it's raw goods, not ready to eat foods. Because it's not like a food stand as much as someone's store. That's just kind of open to the open air space, as I described previously. But they do have some raw meats. Mostly it looks like lamb and maybe different pieces of cow. As well as they have mostly apples and pears. You do see a couple that you don't necessarily recognize 100%, but mostly apples and pears. You can see some mixed nuts in there.
Okay. I'm just gonna buy like 3 more pears, I guess.
Oh, 3 pears. Certainly.
Yeah.
And then as I take him and walk off, I'm freaking it's being in the chaos.
What?
Then my way. How much did she say it was, or he said it was?
This is going to cost you 6 copper. It was 2 each.
Cool. Yeah. Then find my way back to where everyone was.
Okay.
1.
Yeah, and you just kind of go around. You get in close to the entrance. You see Klaus mostly going around, just handing out toys to different children. Is it mostly children? Do you hand it out to anyone? Just kind of...
Children mostly, but if a grown-up wants a toy, I'm not gonna say no.
As far as the town, as you're going through,
I mean,
most of the adults kind of ignore you or look slightly leery of you. But, so none of them actually try to go up to you and ask for a toy. No one really talks to you in general. The kids only seem kind because you give them a toy, and then their eyes kind of light up as they're like, oh, like they're just so excited. They're not used to really having tons of different toys, so this is just a really exciting thing for them. You can go around handing out as many toys as you want from what you have. I don't know if you keep count of how many you have.
I wasn't, but I can start.
Yeah, you just start. Well, we'll come up with that later. It doesn't have to be right now. Yeah, you just give out a good amount of toys as you're walking around, see some kids different places. Is there anything you're doing within this hour, Axel?
Not specifically. I'll say I just follow Klaus around while he hands out toys.
Okay. Yeah, it makes the adults a little bit more suspicious. You got this large man just kind of handing out toys to their children, and they can't understand why that would happen, but also some of them don't know 100% what he's doing. But then they also see this cloaked figure just following this really large man. Just looks extremely shady from their perspective, so they're just all very suspicious.
White
He's my
art in the
helper elf.
background.
He's my helper. Little helper. Yeah.
I'm not an elf, but I did spend some time with elves.
Yeah, you just kind of do that. Thyrus, Boring as it is, seems like he just kind of got like an apple or two from one of the vendors, and it seemed like he was mostly just heading towards the gates.
Singing Lyran hymns as this goes on.
Okay.
Rin does, instead of approaching the other two, does go up to Iris. Hey, so got you hanging out with Klaus.
As you've caught him at a time where he's still standing around, and he has, you know, his apples in his hand. He just bought them, and he kind of like notions what direction he's going. If you'd like, you can kind of follow him, but he's continuing to just walk. If you're willing to follow him, he goes and doesn't stop until he's by the gate, where eventually he decides to just kind of sit down, laying up against the wall outside of the town. And while he's still kind of eating his second of the 2 apples, he just kind of gets his paper out and starts writing on it, and it just reads, been with Klaus a couple weeks, needed someone to go on contracts with.
It's fair. I mean, seems like a pretty level-headed person, so I mean, we started hanging out with him as well, so I guess it's all it's up.
Yeah. He just writes, you see him nodding along, and he just kind of writes a very short message, and goes to show it to you, and he just kind of continues to just stare off at the different fields as he's eating his apple, and all that it reads is, he's a good guy. But that's about it. He's just, you know, sitting there eating. If there's anything else y'all want to do, just let me know. But as far as like for Klaus and Axel, that definitely has taken about all your time. By the time we're going to be finished, if Rin doesn't have anything else in particular she's doing, then you guys just kind of wait there at the gate. About a full hour passes, and all 4 of you are about at the gate, just kind of waiting around. And I'm going to turn down the music just slightly, because this song is getting loud. Okay.
Got my pancake volume at 17.
I think I just put mine at 20. So, yeah, you guys are kind of waiting around at the gate, and eventually these 3 men head over your direction.
Rozbucja!
One seems a little bit younger of the 3, because 2 of them are fairly young. They look about maybe Rin's age, from what you can tell. One's wearing leather armor. Seems to have a crossbow with him, and a very short sword sheathed to his side. One seems to also be kind of young, but has, you know, full set of armor, from what you can tell. Looks like full, maybe iron armor, and has a long spear with him. And then you have another one that looks quite a bit older. He's wearing kind of chainmail, and some normal kind of like full plate-ish looking armor for his legs. And he's got a little bit of a kind of like a cape following him. Just kind of just a black cape. It's nothing too special. Has quite a bit of white and gray in his beard. But he's just kind of sitting there, and as they approach you, he says, "You must be the 3 that we're going to be going on this little excursion with."
Three.
I said 3. I accidentally said 3.
Yeah, instead
I meant
of
say
4.
4.
'Cause the
Yeah.
virus-
Yeah.
Okay,
But still.
I thought that was intentional. I was about to just start some crap over it, but okay.
No, that's excellent. It was accidental. Don't start crapping me, man.
No, that would have been fun. To see
Iris just running around these buildings again.
Yeah, he then looks over to his right as he exits the gate and sees Thyra sitting down. He's like, oh, no, there are 4 of you. It's like, well, good. Should be able to get the horses quite easily. Can get one for each of the 7 of us, and we can be on our way. Heard it was somewhere to the southeast.
No.
Well, should be able to have each their own horse and be able to go down. Kind of looks at Klaus for a moment. He's like, hopefully we have a horse that can actually hold you. I don't know. You look like you're carrying quite a bit.
Boom. Roasted.
Boom! Roasted.
Make your jokes. They only make me stronger.
Yes. Well, hopefully the horse stays strong. He just...
Man, he's smoking you.
And, yeah, one of the guys, the one in leather, giggles a little bit. Yeah, the one in leather giggles a little bit. Seeming a little bit more childlike, but a little bit more energy and pep. But, they, kind of bring you...
Baby man, have toy.
They go to, 2 different stables. The man accepts your toy and just kind of finds it quite odd. He doesn't spend too much time looking at it before he puts it away. But
It's good for little babies, yeah?
it's like, I don't have any babies. You handed this to the young guy, right?
Yes. I
like,
just like stare at him until he gets it.
He's like, I don't have children.
Never gets it.
He never gets it. Okay.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Yep. You go to a couple of the different stables, and they talk to the people there at their homes, and are able to collect a couple different horses. So you get about 7 horses from a couple different homes. Before they're ready to set out, the older man speaks up again. He says, you all should be able to lead the way, correct? Be able to bring us there.
Yeah.
We got you.
Good. Well, should be on our way. And, yeah, if there's nothing really in particular you want to do, I mean, you just set out. Definitely doesn't take, 3 hours.
On the way,
Sure.
Rin is going to ask each of them how experienced they are with fighting. When's the last time they've really fought? Maybe slightly condescendingly, just to gauge their like.
As you're kind of asking around, engaging, the more peppy young one, just kind of the youngest one, it's kind of like, oh, I'm rearing to go. I've been in a couple bouts, but nothing too serious. I'm ready for some experience. And the other young one in armor just kind of looks around and he's like, I've never been in a fight yet, but I've done my training, so I guess we'll see. Neil, yeah, the older man speaks up and he's like, "This two will be fine. I've trained them myself; they'll be okay. But I've done my fair share of battles, fought in the 1 or 2 little bouts, you could say, on a little bit of a larger scale. But I've done my fair share, especially whatever the Baron needs of me. Traveled around. I could say I've probably been a fighter for maybe about 20 years now. It's getting time to where I should be stopping, but I just like to do it so much. There's just something about the heat of battle. It's just different."
Okay.
During these discussions, I kind of disclose to them that in battle I may turn into an animal. I don't know how familiar people are with magic and that kind of stuff here, so anyway, I just want them to be aware that can happen. I don't know how crazy that'll sound to them.
They let you know, the two younger guys are quite a bit surprised. The older man's like, I've never heard of someone turning into animals. It's not like I haven't seen my fair share of magic. Especially with all the different cities around us, there's quite a few that specialize in magic, so not too surprised. But yeah, I've never seen someone turn into animals. What kind of animals can you turn into? Just like mice and rabbits, or?
I turned into a giant spider.
His eyes, get a little bit bigger, and just like a giant spider. Like, can you move around
Bigger
as a
than you.
giant spider?
Yeah. I can, and I did.
It's pretty impressive.
It was pretty cool.
I'm still learning what all I can do, but
Yeah, I'd heard something about a spider spotted in town yesterday that was moving around after the sad death of Taliesin. So yeah, that must have been you, I assume, unless there's someone else that can transform the animals that we're
me.
talking about.
that was me as we were pursuing Allison's killer.
Well, good to know. See how much it helps us today. It'd be good to see.
Do you guys know Taliesin?
The two young ones kind of look around. They mostly look at the old guy, and he answers, I didn't know him on a personal level. I don't get too close to some people, but Taliesin especially didn't really try to get close to anyone. I had heard he had some developments that he had done when he was at Nuln at the university. He had been known to come up with some good ideas and had done some research. So eventually he came out our way, see if there's anything else he could find. But we didn't really know much about his research itself. I don't really even know if the Baron knew much of what he was researching. He mostly kept to himself and had his notes, but there's not a lot that we really know about Taliesin.
It's really interesting that this guy's been working in the town hall and no one really seemed to care what he was doing.
Well, all I know is that the Baron had told us that he had free reign to come in and out as he pleased, and even gave Taliesin a key to the place. For all I know, he slept up in that room. I don't know where he stayed, but he was mostly... I don't know if maybe there was something that was given to the Baron that made him allowed to do all that. I don't know, but I've learned to not really ask too many questions.
Seems awfully trusting.
Don't know if trust is the right word. If there's anyone I trust, it'd really only be the Baron for sure. But if he tells me to leave Taliesin be, that's what I did.
Cool.
Yep. You guys just continue going on. Takes about, I don't know, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Maybe an hour and a half, and you get there. Not to break your immersion, but now we're listening to Skyrim music. But yeah, so you get roughly to where the cave is, and before getting off their horses, they just kind of ask, "Is this the cave that you all were speaking of?"
Yep.
Duh.
All right then, and they go off towards the tree line. That's just a bit of ways, just to maybe 50 feet or so, and start tying up horses. and out of their saddlebags start pulling out some gear. They pull out some torches and start to get ready to go inside. Is there anything else you need to do for last minute preparation? This isn't me asking as a character, but as a DM. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you go in or anything?
I'm gonna give myself Shield of Faith, bring my AC up to 21 again.
Okay. How long does that last? Is that
Actually, I'm not gonna do that yet, because that only lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess if you don't want to do it right now, then.
I looked at that. I'm not gonna do that yet.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know how long. And I assume from last time I looked at your sheet, you still had it to where you have the +1 AC, not +1 damage, right?
Yeah, Blessing of the Forge. I just every day at dawn, I just re-up that on myself.
Okay. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else you guys need to do in particular, you start to head in. You guys, I'm going to let choose what the marching order is. For the most part, as you're nearing, as you're going down the entrance, it's about 15 feet wide, from what you remember, Axel. But eventually gets to a point where it's about maybe 7-ish feet wide. So unless you really someone squeezed between someone else, you can't really walk side by side necessarily, at least until you start getting into rooms. So you guys can kind of decide what you want the order to be between all of you.
I will take point since I'm good at not getting hurt.
Okay, you're gonna be in the lead. Reasonable.
And we'll follow up behind Klaus. Very visibly just a little bit smaller in posture and visibly
And overall size.
shivering. Yeah, and overall size, but especially right now, sort of visibly shivering a little bit and just acting a lot more weary of everything.
Are you cold?
No, I really don't like being in here right now.
I guess I'll be next or whatever. I want to be near, close enough to the front that I can do something in a wild shape eventually.
It's also good for Axel to be closer to me so I'm not flying blind.
Okay, so real quick, so Klaus is in the front. Klaus is in the front, and then immediately Axel's with him, right behind him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Go with me.
And we'll be behind him.
And, okay, you're behind him. Where are you wanting the people that are with you? And Thyrus.
I think Thyrus take up the rear just in case something comes at us from behind. We have somebody who's reliable back there.
Okay. So he'll be in the rear.
Damage.
And I guess just to remind you what you're looking at, the older guy that, is actually quite experienced with combat, he seems to have a sword and shield, and is wearing, chainmail armor. You got a young guy with leather armor with a crossbow, and, maybe a daggerish kind of looking weapon. And then you got a young guy with armor, full armor, including a helmet, and he's got, a spear.
Probably put the more armored up guy with Thyrus in the back, and then the two maybe less experienced / lightly armored guys. I don't know, behind Rin and in front of that other guy.
Okay.
Heavily armored one. Keep the guys that we're not 100% sure of in the middle. Keep them safe.
Okay, then.
Hey, guys. You think I could, put on some light?
Yeah, they have lit torches, by the way, so I should let you know that. They have lit torches.
Okay,
If you want...
so
If you also want to use your light, you can as well. If I don't know if it's centered on you or if you can cast it out somewhere.
I can put it on objects. I just the fact that like as soon as they like pull out their torches and lit, I start feeling a whole lot better.
Yeah, they're going to, so they're traveling with you, and they got...
Scared of dark?
I really just I feel so comfortable just not being like out in the open. This whole thing, it's not like I'm not claustrophobic. I just really don't enjoy this.
You could wait outside if you needed to.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna miss out on this. It's fine. We got light. It's okay. It's all good.
Very good.
I can see in the dark anyway. It's not like I'm afraid of it.
Boom. Okay. Let's see. Looks like everyone's still in the game, so everyone's screen should have just now updated.
Ah! Yeah, duh.
Okay. Okay. So, for the most part, as far as if you guys ever ask directions, Axel, for the most part, knows everything, so I can just kind of... I can answer them for Axel, on Axel's behalf. Not expecting you guys to have had, like, some notes or something of exactly how the layout was or anything. You just remember...
For now, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Behind us is how you get out.
Yeah.
In front of us is how you go in.
Front of us, how you go in. So, and it's kind of lined up to the marching order you just kind of told me. But that's just the initial marching order. Of course, I'll be controlling, as, you know, the NPCs and Thyrus and everything else. But you guys can just kind of start going in.
Oops.
If you want to immediately just...
I was about to say, I guess until we have a reason, I guess we will break formation, so...
Yeah, I will just let you know, just roll initiative now. There's not going to be any surprises, because you guys have a bunch of torches and stuff going around, so...
Absolutely the worst initiative rolls.
9!
11.
12. Surprisingly.
Okay, I don't have the initiative thing now. Let's see, hold on. Let's get all these boys on here. Let's see, initiative. Did it not just make initiatives of them all? Well, that's a shame. Oh, there we go. Here's something.
I never understand why my token is always the one that has, like, wording on it.
What do you mean?
Oh, is it like your name?
Yeah. Like, it always, like, reapplies the name for some reason. No one else has it.
Oh,
I got
yeah,
mine.
only mine has my name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, from my view, I see all of them. But I think it's because I made it to where only you guys can, like, edit them. So.
Oh, okay, well...
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I didn't know as a DM that you guys only saw your name. So, it probably definitely seems odd when it's just like that.
It just bothered my OCD the whole time, and I was like, stop, I just want to be like everyone else.
Are you able to change your roles on that turn order thing that popped out? Or that you guys can pop out?
Am I on there?
Yeah, at least for me you are. You're on there as an 18 because it's, like, old.
Yeah, that's not showing up for me. I'm gonna refresh.
I just see me and Klaus, but
I see 5 things. It's like, yeah, Klaus, Rin, and then 3 of the 3 NPCs. Or
yeah,
3 of the 3 guard NPCs, I think.
I told it to add who wasn't in there, so let me, is everyone on there now?
Okay, there we go. Now I'm there, yeah.
Okay, everyone's there now. Okay. And then, can you edit your own on there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll just have you guys edit your own.
Yep.
These guys suck. Just like the... They're so bad. Okay.
What, our initiatives? Yeah,
Actually-
they're terrible.
Yeah.
Plus 3 to initiative and I roll an 11.
No,
4 to initiative and I roll bad.
I'm talking about
Hey,
the people
you know
you're
what?
with.
You know what? I got -1 to initiative. This is pretty good for me.
You're literally middle of the road.
Yeah, that's your expected value.
Well, yeah, two of the people with you rolled 4s, one rolled a 3. Then Thyrus rolled a nat 1, but he got a slight boost from his proficiency.
Genuinely astounds me that I can roll an 8 on a die and still be first out of a group of like 7 people.
Well, I rolled an 8 on a die as well.
Oh
So,
man. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
he's
maybe
going
it either bodes really good news or bad news. Either I just got all the bad rolls out of the way, so now the attack rolls are going to be high for these monsters and people, or
again,
I'm just going to roll low the whole night. It's how it works.
Plan
It's how it
for
works.
these guys and gonna destroy them.
Okay, well, let me just start to reveal more for you here. Let me just reveal the first room. So we're going to need to start going through this. I don't want this to take... I mean, this will take... Based on what time it is right now, this will take the rest of the time tonight, I'm sure. I mean, you could probably do something to follow up with. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably be doing this. So, I just don't want this to take a crap ton of hours or something, so... Should be able to try and do this whole place just tonight. Okay. And
Here we are.
yeah, so this will be the first. Let me. Oh, my Lanta. It's because I'm on the wrong layer. Add that to the turn. Oh my! I don't want them. Let's just do 1 token for all of them. And they gonna go. Okay. Boop. They are on the order. They had a 9. So Rin gets to go first.
wow. Okay. Have they noticed us? Yes.
Yes, they know you're there. I mean, because I mean it's an entirely dark place, and you guys are the only light, and you've made quite a bit of noise coming in.
This right here, is there enough to squeeze through right here for me?
Yeah, if I squish over to this wall, can she slip past?
It's just going to take. I'll say to this moment right here, that could be like a normal movement, but it's going to take twice your movement to try and like squeeze past around there.
Squeeze past both Axel and
You can
Klaus.
move past Axel, okay, but moving past Klaus is going to take an extra
I'm
5.
really big.
I have 40 feet. 5,
Yeah,
10,
you'll be fine.
15, 20, 25. Alright, just gonna run in and just like deck this thing.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Okay, roll damage. I'm doing something right now. Just know that.
Changing this.
First, I'm changing music, and I also need to get my crap. I made all this crap, and I need to go get it. I don't have it up.
Okay. I'll let you know what it is after. Finished.
I don't know if I'll have to turn it up, but we'll see. Let me get... where's my mouse? Where's my cursor? I don't see it on either monitor. It's doing stuff on my left one. My cursor's just not showing up anymore. I can see where it's going. Like, I can see when it starts, like, making sub-menus drop on things in my monitors. Okay, it's on my second monitor. I got it. It's fine. I didn't necessarily do anything to fix it, but it's okay now. So,
Alright.
we're good.
Thanks.
Okay. Wanted to be able to pull up my stats and stuff. Okay. So, what'd you roll for damage?
It was a 7. This Rin's arm just starts releasing steam as she like comes down and just like pile drives onto this thing.
Okay. It does quite a bit to it. Just to ask, do you guys see the green bars above all the different tokens?
Just ours.
Only our party
Specific-
members, minus Klaus, actually. I don't see it up on Klaus.
Yes.
I see.
I spent so much time on that.
Health bars on, yeah, us, and not anybody else.
But you see it on yourself, Bobby?
I see mine, yeah.
Okay. We don't
Wow.
see yours.
I
But...
don't see yours.
That's weird.
Oh, okay. Wait, do you see one above the one in front of Will now? Do you see this?
Yes.
You see that? Okay,
Yes.
well, I'll slowly, just over time, while stuff's happening, I'll be adjusting that so that you guys can actually see that.
Okay.
Makes
You
me
want us to
sad
be able
that
to
that's
see it?
not... Yeah, like, I wanted you guys to be able to have a visual indicator of how hurt something is
Yeah.
without me having to, like... Okay, but yeah, you did quite a substantial amount to it.
Yeah, so she's gonna, as she comes down, she's gonna come back up with the left hand, uppercut it.
Okay.
We have to go low. That is wasted natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you just absolutely demolish this thing. It's just like it
Yeah.
flies a couple feet. It just
roll damage.
11. It's like 11 damage.
Doesn't matter.
yeah. I mean,
Doesn't
that's some massive damage. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? I mean, you can still move a bit because you still had some movement.
Yeah. Probably like come up on the side here, and I hate only having 2 key points. No, that's I gotta end it there. Wait for others to come in.
Okay, and just to ask real quick, so you guys can see your own health bar, but you can't see anyone else's? Like, you can't see other party members?
I can see Thyrus, Axel, mine, and the 2 rats that are still alive.
That's what I see also.
You can't see the 3 random guys that are with you?
Nope.
Yeah. That's what I can.
And like I said, I also don't see Klaus's for some reason.
Hold on.
So not Klaus, yeah.
Let's see if these are starting... Are the guys' health bars starting to pop up?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I can see all those guys now.
Why is Klaus's not working? Is it because I did that? Hold on, that's maybe
Is it
why.
because I said it myself earlier?
Oh yeah, there they are.
I don't know.
Get another-
Maybe not. Is Klaus's showing up now?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's
Hooray!
because Klaus is probably the only one I actually... No, that's not true. No, I don't know why it didn't work. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, it's all working now. So yeah.
Yep. All of them are working now.
Yep. Now it's Axel.
Okay, so it takes me, so like just getting past him. Did that take 20 or did that take 15?
To get to that spot is 15. It's 10 to
15.
going
Okay.
around him.
Just
But-
okay. All right.
yeah.
Cool. I just 15. 20, 25, 30, 35. Dang. Huh. Okay. Well, I actually cannot get close enough. All right. I'll cast Shillelagh as a bonus action, and I will ready just an attack with my club whenever something gets in range. One of the rat creatures gets in range.
Okay.
All right. And that'll be it.
Okay. First one's going to move up a bit and get in range of you. Before he gets to attack, you're going to attack it. What's you just rolled it.
22.
Whew, okay.
Not great on the damage though. Only 5 damage.
Okay. It does quite a bit to it, and it's going to try and hit you as well. It's got a little dagger. It's going to be 10 to hit. Is that a note? Okay. And the other one's going to walk up and also try to use its little short blade. Ooh. It crit you. Let's see. It's going to be
7-man TPK. So it's-
before it even starts. It's just done. Let's see.
So it's
Well,
not going
I
to
rolled
be-
poorly, so it's only going to end up being 7 damage.
Yeah.
Because it plunges its dagger right into you and in your upper thigh, and it just hurts quite a bit. I said that was 7, correct?
Yep.
Okay, there's that. Adjusted your health bar.
Yeah,
That's
and
going to be it that happens. And it's going to move on to Klaus.
Alright, Klaus can see one of the rats, yes? The one that's been hurt?
Do you not have dark vision? You have dark vision.
Yeah. Oh, can I see all of them?
I mean, yeah, you can see everything that's in this room because you have 60 feet of dark vision, right?
60 feet.
No, I was just like, is Axel in front of the other rat. So I would.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of small. Like these
Line of
rats.
sight.
These rats are a bit
Gotcha.
small. Yeah, you don't have line of sight of the one in front of Axel. No.
Well, the one that's not, the one that's already got some damage on it,
Yeah.
I'm going to wave my banner around, say some gobbledygook, and cast Toll the Naughty.
Toll the naughty.
Nice.
Okay. Which
Gonna need
DC is that?
Wisdom DC 13.
Wisdom. It had a 14.
Alright, so nothing happens then.
Nothing happens. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that's how that works. Yeah. Playing a
By the
wizard
way,
in our
I'm
other
going
campaign.
to run up, and I don't suppose I could use my last 5 feet of movement to just, like, bump my belly into him to, like,
No.
show my main business.
No.
Okay, well, I just run up, and I get up in their faces.
Okay. It's gonna move over. It's gonna move over to these guys. This one starts moving in.
You
That's,
do better than we did.
it gets in here, and it can't really get a good shot off on anything as he's readying his crossbow. He's just kind of aiming down, but you two are kind of blocking everything.
If he
I
shoots
guess.
me, I'm gonna sit on him.
Maybe he'll just ready a shot.
Maybe he's gonna
Yeah.
shoot you intentionally now.
What seems like he's the captain of the
gets down.
three is, kind of just coming up. Thyrus, he just kind of tries to stay off to the side a bit, seeing that it's getting a bit congested. Everyone's kind of just running in. He doesn't see place for him. And this gentleman, he's just feeling a little bit like he has to, is going to start trying to come in. He's like squeezing between everyone. They're just kind of just piling up in the doorway. But it is now going to be back to Rin.
As if my screen reloads. Okay. Sure. Rin's going to run up behind this guy and go for a jab.
I will say I wanted to change one thing. I will do flanking bonus. I'm going to make it only +2 to hit. I did decide I wanted to bring it down to +2 instead of +5.
Matt
Yep.
Colville.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
still more than.
Yeah, I mean, it's still something. It's better than not having flank.
Really
but-
good.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wish it was +5 right now because that's an 11 to hit.
11 to hit. Yeah,
Pretty
that
sure I did.
he's able to definitely dodge that first one. You're going to be able to attack again.
A bonus action. Okay. You know what? We're gonna just pop a flurry of blows between these two guys. So
Oh, can you hit multiple?
next one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it just gives me 2 more. It just gives me 2 more. Well, that's even worse. That's in that one for like 9.
Level 2. Level 2.
2. So
Oh,
one
okay.
more. This is gonna go so much better. Now it's a 20.
Okay, so you're crit hitting one of them, or is
No,
it
it's
both
not
of them?
crit- No,
Dirty 20.
no, it's a dirty 20.
What does that mean? What?
It wasn't
non-
natural.
Not a nat
It
20.
wasn't natural.
Okay. Sorry.
Roll the 12
20
plus
20
6
total.
plus 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
20 to hit. Which one are you hitting?
I'll always say if it's nat 20. Well, let's just go with the guy that's already wounded.
Okay,
It's gonna
We could just get him
for
out of there.
6 damage.
for 6 damage. Yeah, you're able to get him from behind. He's trying to like shamble between the two of you, but you're able to catch him even though he's aware of you and falls to the ground dead.
I believe I wasted a freaking key point on that. Oh crap.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't want to move anywhere else, it's back to Axel.
Yeah. I guess I will just swing this guy.
Okay.
So
Prince got his
17,
movement there.
17 to hit,
Hits.
9 damage.
9 damage. Yeah, so you just swing your shillelagh down on it, and it just crumples underneath the force that you bring down on it. And it is dead. I'm going to keep the same initiative the whole time that we do anything here. So just keep that in mind. Yeah.
All right.
But everyone else starts to kind of come in the room. You're not in initiative order right now. You guys can decide what you want to do. Like, you can just play this out how you want. You're not in combat this second.
Oh, we won?
We won. We did it.
I looked away. Sorry.
I got the one-hit smackdown on the last one, so after Rin cleaned up the
Good job.
second to last one.
Just look back at the three guys back there. Where are you guys on that one?
The older man, seeming like he's just kind of scolding them, but he's like, well, these guys seem to have, I don't know, maybe you were in a panic or something, as he keeps turning towards each of them, says, they just kind of blocked the way, but luckily you all are quite skilled and, you know, were able to get on your feet quick enough and dispatch them. He kind of looks over at them. He's holding his torch. He's just kind of staring at one of them. Gets down and kind of prods it a bit with his sword.
Can you look at that really quick and tell me what that looks like to you?
He starts, you know, prodding it and is like, it looks kind of like a beastman. They smell quite horrible. I'm not used to seeing anything like this. We've not seen beastmen like this. I've killed quite a few beastmen in my time and have escaped some, but
would you say it look like rat people?
they do look like rats.
Yeah, but can you say it though, please? Looks
We need
like
to hear you say it.
You want me to say what?
It looks
rat
like
people.
They look like rats?
Rat people.
You want me to say they look like rat people?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
All right,
Good.
that's good enough.
All right.
Okay.
I agree. Look like rat people.
Move forward.
He looks quite confused. He's like, yeah, we should start moving forward. Which path are you guys going to go?
Okay. So did I go down here and what? I don't.
That's the way you came back out.
That is how I came back out. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
So you know that leads to the biggest room that had some of the most rats, as well as the one that had his seemingly little workshop kind of thing going on.
Okay, so I can tell them
Yeah.
what each of them go to. What do you guys want to do? You want to go straight to the big room and the workshop, or
We could take out the head honcho first.
be easier to fight in bigger areas, as we've found?
Yeah.
The
As long as some people can not stumble over each other.
All right, well, we'll go this way.
this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I assume you're wanting to keep about the same order,
Roughly.
just so you can kind of get there at a slightly quicker pace. Let me get you to right at the exit. Boop, 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 boop. Boom. Okay. So you guys are kind of traveling around.
I wasn't changing the order. I was just moving ahead, or like, you can get it back in front of me, Klaus.
The
And then you guys kind of.
Everything D&D.
Oh my gosh.
I was just kind of
Whoa.
moving. I was just kind of moving you guys
That's
further.
fine. That's
Just
fine. Go for it.
yeeted into a wall.
Yeah. I was just moving people hard. Like, it's better than moving one tile at a time. I mean,
I genuinely don't know where I'm at now.
I think he's in fog, so you might have to grab him, Mila.
I actually don't see you anymore because you were handling Rin while I was handling Rin, so it glitched out on my screen. I thought it would appear somewhere, so I'll have to grab a new Rin for you.
Hopped over to the D&D Beyond page.
I found her.
Sorry.
I found her. There we go.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Had to highlight the entire map.
I guess that works because I can't highlight the entire map. I'll select too much crap. Okay, so let's quickly get you in that order because this is when it's going to start mattering. Let me measure some stuff out real quick. Okay, Klaus, I'm going to have you stop right where you were before. We're going to stop moving people for a second. Yeah, because we're going to start combat up here.
Can I go ahead, since I know we're getting to an area where there's a bunch of them, can I go ahead and wild shape out of initiative?
Yeah, you can wild shape real quick out of initiative. I don't know if you if you would have needed space a second ago.
Oh,
So.
that is true, actually. Yeah, because I am
I mean,
turning into a...
You're in a big enough hallway that's like a little bit over 10 feet wide, so...
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to metagame it that Rin has higher initiative, but I turn into a giant hyena.
Okay.
Ew.
I assume it's actually of large shape?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. It is a large beast.
Okay. I did not go far enough in any of these directions. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so you guys are coming to the entrance here, and we're going to start fighting again. Let me get my
Fighting
initiative.
these blobs.
Ah, yes. Good note.
Looks like a face. Here's one eye. It's a lopsided face. And then here's the...
Boom.
Woo!
Oh,
Look at that.
sweet
Look at that.
Christ.
I wish I
See.
had. I miss Cadmus now.
Miss
I wish I was
Cadmus.
playing Connor.
Yeah, I guess I could have waited and cast some spells. I didn't know it was going to be quite like this, but too late now.
I mean, the alternative is that they would easily have the jump on you guys, because you guys are, like, they're going to see you way before you see them.
Yep.
But, yeah, we're going to start the combat. I'll give it over to them for one go. Not all of them, just, let me see. There's going to be a couple rocks flying at Klaus. That didn't hit. Oh, one's able to strike Klaus.
Ah!
Does... Dude, my D4 must be rigged. I only roll ones on this D4. There's one of them strikes Klaus for 5 damage. We'll say a rock. These rocks are flying out of the darkness. You're able to dimly see kind of what's happening past the torchlight because you're dark sight. But these rocks are kind of flying by you, and one just hits you in the temple.
Ow!
Let me see. Hold on, there's the 2. Yeah, it's just the 2. Yeah, and so we're going to then move it over. Let me roll their initiative for these other missing ones. That was a 10. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can... Let me just get this started. Okay, so we can just start with Rin then and start going through. Oh, were you saying real quick that you wanted Rin in front because of initiative? You thought metagaming... Oh, you're muted.
I did
Well,
want
that
that, but I didn't want to metagame it too hard.
Yeah. I mean, Rin could have room to just... Like,
Okay.
Yeah, that looks like room that you can move around him easily. It's not going to take extra movement.
Close in.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, would I have been able to see roughly which direction the rocks flew out? / could I even see which ones threw rocks?
It was a little too quick, and you're a little bit further back, but you can at least see Klaus, like, okay-ish, because Axel's kind of blocking you even. But it looks like it was maybe coming from Klaus's left. So, you know, staring down as a player at this game screen on Roll20, somewhere off on the right. But...
Okay. Sure. Alright,
Hey,
of 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, gonna take a swing at this guy.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
That hits. What's the damage?
That's gonna be 8 damage.
Okay. He dies.
Alright, and then we are gonna move up slightly, another 5 feet, and then we're good. Bonus action, whack at this guy.
Okay.
Martial arts.
That's an 18 to hit.
Okay. What's damage?
It's going to be 5 damage.
Okay. Hurts him quite a bit. Get some good
Then
damage.
We're gonna. Do I want to risk an attack of opportunity? We'll risk an attack of opportunity and back up my last 5 feet.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Boop. Okay. And yeah.
You have 40 feet of movement because you took the mobile feat, yeah?
I
No.
have 40 feet of movement because I'm a 2nd level monk, and monks are amazing.
He has it from
Monks
being
get-
like monks.
Monks get
Monks
bonus
get
move
that
speed.
bonus at level 2? I thought
Some.
that was a higher level thing.
He gets
I'm thinking
more.
of-
It scales the whole time. You get like 10
It's
movement.
going up.
Yeah.
It'll be 45 in like 3 more levels.
I was thinking barbarians, never mind.
Yeah, and I know what you're thinking of with barbs. Did you say you're trying to move away with potentially getting hit?
Nah, I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
okay.
think it's worth it because they can just move on their turn, so I don't think it's buying you anything.
If I had more movement, I would.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move over to Axel.
As
This
a
large.
reaction,
Yeah.
can I duck down so Axel can just jump over me?
Sure. I'll say you can't take any reactions.
That's fine.
But sure. Yeah, I'll let you react, and Axel can get past you. It's otherwise I would have made it probably impossible. But yeah, you can get by him using an extra like 5 movement speed than normal.
Okay, so that would normally be 5. So we'll say that was 20 then to get there. Alright, so I want to go
I need this hyena stat block up. I don't know what this thing is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know how to spell hyena.
Okay, so I have 50 movement, so I can go pretty far. So I'm going to run all over here. And I'm going to swing at this guy. So roll D20. That should hit, because that'll be, I think, what, plus 5? 14 plus... Yeah, plus 5. Okay. 2d6 plus 3 damage.
Well, what was your to hit? I mean, it must have been high, I guess, but I heard a bunch of random numbers.
It was 19.
Okay, yeah, it hits. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I know these guys' AC are pretty low. So that is 10 damage.
10 for that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one dies.
Okay, and then, as a bonus action, with Rampage, since I reduced a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack on my turn, I can take a bonus action to move up to half its speed and make a bite attack. So I get another 25 movement now. 1, 2, okay, easily. I can get to, like, right here. And I'll attack this guy. Be a d20 and then add 5. That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Actually,
I mean, he's dead, right? Like,
He's
you
dead.
wanna-
Yeah, he's dead. There's no way you wouldn't have killed him.
I want to know what it is.
Ripped off half its torso.
Do you want me to double, or no, I add max
You-
dice roll for my crit?
Yeah. Plus whatever the modifier and damage roll would have been.
Okay, so that's 10 plus 12 plus 3, 25 damage.
Yeah. That's
Awesome!
You know, I'm actually curious about that. So, I've never actually done crits when there's multiple damage die. So, like, you're using 2d6 plus 3. I actually don't know if crits then mean 12 full damage or just a full 6 damage from one of the d6.
I feel
I
like
mean-
if you're saying you're maxing the damage die,
If
like
you're doing the max, then I feel like it's got to be.
You would
all
assume it's
damage.
12, right? I would think it's
Yeah, because
12.
otherwise it's
Yeah.
worse than how you normally do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's worse. That is worse.
Which I
Yeah,
have thought
okay.
about this in our other campaign. I've thought, like, has Taylor thought
Yes.
this through? Because later on, when I crit
same.
my character, I'm gonna be able to melt some dudes. Like, because I can choose to, on a hit, add like 6d8 damage or something crazy, like on my hits. And it's like if I crit, that's an automatic 48 damage.
Yeah, that's nasty. Okay, so yeah, no, we're gonna. So that was 15 plus what? Like something else? I mean, it's dead no matter what.
It was 25 damage total.
Yeah, no, that thing got obliterated. You basically.
I rolled
ate it.
10 for my 2d6, and then.
Yeah, this thing gets like ripped in half as you just like sling half of it one way and like half of it spews out the other way. When you let go of what's in your mouth.
Okay. That will end my turn, and then this right here, is this like a? That's a thing, like a pillar or something.
I can't see. That is the black blobs you're seeing are like large pillars going up to the roof. This is also a very tall room.
So like this guy couldn't see me right now, or like I would have partial cover.
Partially, yeah, partially he wouldn't be able to see you.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay.
And just so you know, my AC in this form is 12. So.
Okay, it's 12.
Pretty low.
I'm gonna put that in this red box for myself. Okay.
Yeah, I found I guess can I not edit those?
I made them to where people can't edit them. If you guys can only like see your own, I may as well make it to where you guys can edit them because it just means one less thing I have to edit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind keeping track because I tried to do that same thing. I was like, oh, I'll put either my AC or my HP in this form there.
There you go. You should have full control of your character. I'll give the other ones theirs when it's not my go for these people.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Now it's working. Alright, cool.
So, let's see. Let me just get my stat block out. So, the slightly larger cloven rats are going to start moving. Okay. This one's going to move around the pillar. Having seen you gone there, sees, the two halves. But it's still going to try and make an attack here. It's got a sword. It's going to be 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You said your AC is a lot lower in this form.
Yeah,
okay.
It's only 12.
And it's going to do 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
It's going to be 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to be another one that runs up to you. It's going to try and make an attack. Oh, that is going to be about... What got it onto that? I think it's about 21. Yeah, okay, 21 to hit. Rolled pretty high. That is going to do... It's going to do 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's another one. I'm just going to move this body. There's another one that runs up to you. It is going to try and attack you. It has an easier time doing so because of its allies there. It's going to have 20 to hit. And it's going to do 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
This one's going to run up to Rin. And it's going to attack Rin for... He has a sword. That one's going to be for 17 damage. Oh, 17 to hit. Sorry. Whoa, wrong call out. 17 to hit?
Yeah, no.
No, okay. This one's going to start charging forward. It's going to get up to you. It's having an easier time doing such. And it's going to have 18 to hit.
Just hits.
3 slashing damage. 5, 10, 15, 20. This one's going to run up and try to swing its sword at you. 17 to hit.
Party in here.
17 to hit, so that doesn't do anything. 10, 15. 20.
I can only dodge so much, guys.
I'm going to see some of the other ones just kind of scurry in a little
Probably
bit.
gonna have to take the disengage action.
Some of them start to scurry in, and then it goes to the much weaker ones. One has a slight view of you. You said 12's your new AC on the hyena?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to have 13 to hit.
Yep.
And it's going to do... Oh, wow. One time I roll high. It's going to do 5 bludgeoning damage as this rat right here is able to... You know, you're much taller in height than, in all dimensions, than these rat folk that are kind of running up to you. And it's going to be able to sling a rock towards you that just hits you in the face, and it's going to do 5 damage.
Yep.
It's going to be another one that kind of starts to run up to here. It's also going to try and sling a rock at you. But
there's so many of these guys.
There's only going to be 7 to hit, so that's not going to work.
Okay.
And you're going to have some of these guys start swarming on in. You could only get to there.
What is playing?
What is this?
This is at an odd point in it. I'm going to get something different. This is some Skaven music, so I'm gonna, give me a second.
It's fine. It just... I was curious.
I was only hearing enough of it to not quite understand.
I'd much rather this one. I need this one. This is good. You guys go on. It should be someone else's turn now. It is now Klaus.
Alright. Realizing now what I wanted to do may be kind of stupid and probably won't work, but I'm gonna try to do it anyway.
Okay.
Sounds good.
First things first.
Be supportive.
Bonus action, Shield of Faith, get my AC up to 21.
Okay.
So just go ahead and do that. Blap. Armor class on 21. Now I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Run up into the center of the room, and I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy.
I figured that's what you were gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Going to use the effect, your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute. And I'm just going to start shouting to try and draw as much of their attention as I can to get them to attack me. I just run into the middle of the room, I'm like, ho, ho, ho! And I want everybody to start beating me up. That's my goal.
I'll let you choose. I want you to make a roll for this. Make a roll of your choice, either persuasion or intimidation. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't mean persuasion. I meant performance. Performance or intimidation. Whichever you choose.
The same.
Okay, well, just give me one of them then.
7.
7. Being extremely loud, it starts really alerting them. I want to ask real quick, did you run directly by this one, or were you able to skirt away from him?
I ran past him.
Okay. Like,
He
within attack.
came up to here first.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
you didn't...
he, came around this way. And...
Okay. But yeah, you're able to get the attention of quite a few of them, especially you're quite loud, but there is a lot of noise going on with a bunch of, clanging of metal now as weapons are, waving, but the ones closer to you, you are able to get some attention. Is there anything else you can do, or would that be it for your turn?
No, that was my movement, action, and bonus action. I have nothing left.
Okay. 10, 15, 20... Let me see. Hold on. Before I start doing stuff, let me try to give some more vision based on where you guys are now.
Didn't we go into the cave with 3 other guys? I can't remember.
Yeah, they're all back here.
They're at the end of the turn order since they have initiatives of 2 through 4. You guys can see about that. This is... Yeah, okay. I'm just going to reveal the whole room, because you guys can see almost all the room anyways.
I was about to say, half of them are around me right now.
We're this might be tough. We should go get some help. And then we're going to go through the entire thing, and they're going to just be like, let me at him! Let me at him!
It's just like, you got this,
it's a much larger room.
Anybody else in here?
In this room.
Oh, I haven't been doing it. Have you been adjusting your health, Jason, on your little character thing?
On D&D Beyond, I'm keeping track of it.
Okay, but you're still in high uniform, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've done a fair bit, but I'm still I'm still doing fine.
So you see this rat that you recognize at least is the one that kind of looked quite a bit different. It just starts kind of walking out, kind of like almost wobbling out while it's kind of walking out. You hear this jangling as it has this large metal contraption just kind of like strapped to its back that looks like a much larger backpack, almost. That's what you can kind of relate to. But then it seems to have some kind of piping that connects to this mask over its face. And it then lobs this green, like orb, this like glass orb that it has. It lobs it over in your direction.
It's the warp stone!
And this globe is going to, let's see. It's going to make its way and let me just draw something real quick. Just kind of doing this for your own reference because I'm going to just delete it in a second. It just kind of drops right about here, as there's just this immediate, like, you mostly hear the glass break as this gas just kind of like moves out. You need to make a DC Constitution save for me. I almost told you what the DC was. I need you to make a Constitution save throw.
Okay, so my con is +2 now, which is lower than normal. Okay, 9.
9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're going to take 11 poison damage. And you are currently going to be poisoned.
Oh no.
What does that do? Give me like disadvantage and stuff, or?
I think it gives you disadvantage on both attack rolls and like if you did like skill checks.
Yeah.
I don't think it does it on saves. Now I will tell you, I want you to keep track of this, just so it's one less thing I have to keep track of. At the end of each of your turns from this point on, you can make that saving throw again, and on a success, you will not be poisoned any longer. So.
And the DC is?
I'll just tell you, it's a DC 15.
15. Okay.
So you'll need to keep making Constitution saves. But that's going to happen, and
man.
You just see.
Hyena form's taking a beating.
You see. Let's see that one. Did that.
4 more metal
Ooh.
backpack all from the ceiling behind the rest of the party.
That metal backpack rats or
Ultimately-
metal backpack rats?
I don't
Metal
know
back.
who's asking. What?
Backpack rats.
But these other 3 that were around you that also caught wind of that just start grabbing at their throat as they fall over and die.
This thing don't give a crap.
But it does that, and then it's going to skitter on a little bit over to here. It's going to go to this guy's turn. Where is he at? 5, 10. This guy's going to move up a bit, and he's going to try and shoot his crossbow.
Dang, this
Great.
music slaps.
That's going to hit. Ooh, nasty. So he's going to shoot at this guy right here that's attacking Rin. And you can see a sizable chunk of health drop from this thing as a bunch of blood starts pouring. He gets shot, right or a little bit lower than its shoulder.
Are you supposed to be able to see the rat's hit bars right now?
Do you not? Oh, because I did the thing.
I do not.
I forgot I was manually doing that before. When I give it,
Not seeing health bars, so
when I eventually give it back to Rin, that's when I'll start putting health bars on these for you guys. You guys can't see them.
Yeah, it's
I'm
okay.
not worried.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's literally 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah.
This guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's kind of running up.
Is it-
There's-
as he He finally like fires his crossbow. Here it is. That's why we got more people.
Alright, Thyrus is gonna dash in. This guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna get right behind Thyrus to help him out. And he is going to recklessly try to like lunge his spear at this this small rat right here, and he's just a little bit too inaccurate as he misses it. But it's going to go back to Rin.
Okay. As 20 reloads. Would you count this as difficult terrain here to here?
Yes, but also just so you know, these two right here will get attacks of opportunity.
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
I didn't say what yet.
Yeah, but I'm letting you know. Yeah, you're moving between these two enemies. It'll be difficult terrain.
I'm gonna spend another key point to bonus action Step of the Wind. Go through here. That's 10, 15. While 20. While I'm here, I'm just gonna take a jab at this one.
Real quick, you said it makes it to where they don't get attack of opportunity?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
bonus action
Dodge it.
disengage.
And then you're going to attack that one right here?
Yep.
Okay.
That is that's only a 10 to hit.
Okay, does not hit.
Okay, just gonna keep going. Another 10 feet, and then oh wait, but I don't get a bonus action attack. Huh.
Yeah, you used
Still
your bonus
figure-
action.
Sorry guys, still figuring Monk out. No, that's okay. I'm just gonna chill with this guy.
Okay. And then she's going to move over to Axel.
So all these guys right around me are dead, so I will just kind of step around here. I'll attack this one next to Klaus. To begin with disadvantage due to my poisoned condition.
Okay, you'll still get +2.
Okay, so that one, I know it's pretty bad. So that's 2 + 5, which is 7 + 2 is 9. So that's not going to hit.
Hey,
No.
it has a health bar.
Indeed, it does. Well, dang. Okay.
You have any bonus actions? Or no, is that it?
I'll
I guess
only
you're in
if-
animal form, so.
Yeah, and I do have one, but only if I take a creature to 0 hit points with an attack. So, and I missed. So.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
I see.
rampage is tight.
It is. Just sucks when you have disadvantage, and also I remain poisoned.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I guess it's moving over to them then.
Yes.
Remember,
I think I have health bars on all the living ones. Do you see health bars on everything?
Yep.
You just did it on the last one that I couldn't
Okay.
see. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, well that's sorted then. You're going to see. Let's just get some quick ones out of the way. The one in front of Rin is going to try and make a swing with its sword, and it does not make it. It's going. The one in between Klaus and Axel is going to turn towards Axel and try and make a swing. It's going to be 20 to hit.
Sorry, you rolled a 7, dude. On your taunt. And I'm a big giant hyena.
A giant hyena walked up behind it and tried to bite it.
It just
It's,
mauled like several things.
but it's gonna be 4 damage.
Okay.
This man over here gonna run up to Klaus, and that's gonna be 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay,
Ah,
and that's gonna be 8 damage.
Oh.
Yeah, 8 slashing damage. This one is going to move in between here. It's going to walk up to you. 20 or... Okay, yeah. 20 to hit, which does not hit, right? You're still at 21?
Nope. Still 21.
Okay. So it's unable to hit you. This one... it's going to... Kind of runs up. It's going to run up behind Rin. And that is 23 to hit. Oh, plus 2. 25 to hit.
Yep.
It's going to do 4 slashing damage to you. And then that should be all of those boys. And then there's these boys. This one going to run up. It's going to swing its little dagger at Klaus. It's not going to get near hitting it.
That's right. That's what I thought. That feels better.
This guy going to just run straight up to who's in front of him. That's going to not hit. This guy going to run up as well. He's going to attack Thyrus. It's not going to hit. This one's going to run up. It sees that there's just bodies everywhere. Like there's just rats all over the place. So it's going to also try to get in on some of this action over here where it can see a spot to get in. It's going to hit Thyrus with its little makeshift spear. Boom. Let's see who's left.
Oh, I should be updating this.
One's going to take a step back.
There we go.
And it's going to try and shoot a rock at Klaus. That's going to be 21 to hit.
21 is my AC, so that hits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's going to do 2 bludgeoning damage. It pelts you with a rock.
You got spell slots, right? Should be okay.
Yeah, I got 2.
Alright.
And that one rolled the same thing twice. And the other one over here is going to also try to pelt you with a rock, but it's not going to make it. It's trying to pelt Klaus. And then it is Klaus's turn.
Alright, well, quick change of plans to what I was gonna do. I'm gonna give myself Cure Wounds.
Oh crap, you're low. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't
Hello?
die.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, I get 7 hit points back. That's not bad. I'm up to 11. And, I have no bonus action, so, just gonna use my bonus action to keep shouting and drawing as much attention as I can.
Okay. Can you give me a roll with your? Yeah, I don't know what your bonus is because you said they're both the same, both intimidation and performance. 4. Okay. So yeah, you're trying, and everyone.
Everyone out there just doesn't want me to enjoy myself tonight.
They seem like.
I'm just not having luck in this campaign. Golly.
Oh no, you've got 4 around you right now. It's at least working somewhat.
Yeah, it's at least working. I mean,
Throw a rock at you that's over here.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it for you then. Okay. Us goes to this guy. Let's see. Easy. He's going to move over to here. And he is going to pull out another green globe, and he's going to lob this thing. It's going to go right about here. Let's see, that is going to
Can you
be...
get that from there? With this pillar on the way? Oh, maybe you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got that.
He's
Yeah.
threading needle.
Yeah.
But he's going to lob that thing, and you guys can make Constitution saves. It's going to be 15. That's what you're aiming for.
16!
16? Nice.
Oh, yeah, I made mine.
1, 3...
19.
It's not like you could get double poison.
Okay,
But
so...
I can reduce the damage.
Yeah, so... Did you both make it? I didn't hear Axel's.
Yeah, we both made it.
I forgot it does damage. I thought it was just straight poison.
Yeah, we did 11 damage to me last time, so...
Oh, shoot. Did not catch that.
Okay, so each of you having passed it are still going to take 6. Because you're going to take half damage. But...
Great, man.
These... Let's
About
see.
to be out of my wild shape.
About to be out of...
This is about to be out of consciousness.
The one in between you two, you see just grab its start clawing at its neck as it just falls over dead, unable to breathe. It just got basically direct impacted by this thing.
Vial, like the open part of it, just like right in its mouth.
Yeah. This one over next to it also catches whiff of it while it's attacking Klaus and ends up dead. Let's see. Boy Wonder over here, and it's going to then continue trekking about over down here. Boy Wonder is going to kind of try and take a step to the side. He's going to try and shoot this buddy. Absolutely horrible. He is trying to shoot his crossbow, and the string on the crossbow just snaps as he's trying to fire it, and it's quite terrible. Poor guy.
Freaking kid.
This
We're gonna have words after this encounter in him.
Yeah, although from there you probably don't know that happened just yet, but
yeah, you guys technically have not seen that, especially Rin.
The overall performance, I'll know looking at him.
And
Mark
you
of
keep
shame.
going. I gotta step away for just a second.
sure, do you want me to pause a second, or?
No, you can keep going on these
Okay.
guys, the NPC turns and stuff.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, this the veteran kind of looking guy is going to kind of walk up, and he's going to attack this dude right here, and he's going to be able to get a really good slice in with his sword and kill it. And Thyrus, he is going to be trying to attack these lads that keep coming up to him. He's just getting swarmed over here. But he's going to sadly miss as they just are evading so much and kind of hitting his arm. He's unable to get them. And this man with the spear is also just kind of fumbling around, it seems. He's really unable to get anything done. It's going to go over to Rin.
I guess I'll try to hit this one first. $22.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yep. 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking great. It's a bit bloodied after that. Able to make it kind of start bleeding a bit.
Bonus action, whack at him again. That is that cocked? Yeah, that's not cocked. That is 8 to hit.
That definitely doesn't hit. Is there anything else you can do, or is that your bonus action?
That was my bonus action. I don't feel like moving, so.
Well, when Jason's back, I'll let him choose what he wants to do. I'm going to grab a water. I guess he can tell him to think about it.
Okay.
Alright. So I will... Letting me select? Oh, select. Okay. I'll just step right here and attack this little rock throwy guy. With disadvantage.
Okay, I'm back.
Ugh.
Let's get it going.
Oops. Wait, what did it just do? Okay, no. That'd be...
That's
it'd be...
disadvantage. You rolled a
No,
25.
I just rolled the 2 d20s and I was like, what the heck? No, it would have been 6 plus 5, which would be 11.
To hit what?
This little rock throwing guy.
Let me just double check. That will not hit.
Frick. Alright. We're trying to make a decision here. Alright,
like-
that'll be my turn.
You're like, that music hits hard.
Music does hit hard.
Next.
Okay. It's going to be the clothed rats. Oh, how many do I still have left? Okay, well,
Dude,
that
I'm
one.
still freaking poisoned. All my rolls have been like less than 5 for that, except for the second one, the second time he threw it. But all the other ones have been terrible.
So the one that's already kind of stuck next to Thyrus is going to be trying to take some swings. It's not going to be landing. One tries to swing at Klaus. It's not going to land. The ones on either side of Rin, it's going to be 9 to hit. And then one of them is going to be... Oh, sorry, that wasn't 9. That was 13. But still, that doesn't hit, right? The other one being 19 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If it wasn't for that flanking bonus, he wouldn't be able to hit you. That is going to be 7 slashing damage.
Woo!
Let's see.
I need to let our friends tank.
It might be good.
I'm trying.
I don't think it means you
no.
specifically as much as the random people. The people that are seemingly, sadly ending up looking useless because they're not hitting anything and they're not really in there. Well, let me see how some of this goes. And, oh, that one hits. So, that one's going to do...
It's who?
So, this one over here, you're not really able to see that well. It plunges a dagger into the side of this young fellow.
Oh no.
And this other one, they're still attacking. This one as well is going to get its little sword plunged into the guy. Dang. Ooh, he's looking rough. Let's see. Thyrus getting attacked. Thyrus is just beefy though. He's, deflecting their little swords. That's 19, but it's with advantage. Okay, so 19 to hit on Klaus. Yeah, it's unable to hit. This one is trying to swing at you, but it's unable to do so successfully. One tries to, this one over here is trying to throw a rock at Klaus, and it's unable to. It just kind of pings off his armor. And the one next to Axel is just going to disengage, and it's going to just try and start running away a bit. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's that. We're over to Klaus.
I look at myself. I look at Rin. Back at myself. Back to Rin. I'm gonna use my last spell slot to cast Healing Word on Rin.
Oh, Klaus is my
Rin,
favorite.
you get back 5 hit points.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I have such a man crush on Klaus right now.
And
As a player.
my main action, because Healing Word is a bonus action. With my main action, I'm going to just keep shouting, I guess. That's all I've got left at this point.
Okay.
Heck?
What?
See.
Can't attack?
His action was Healing Word. He used his
I
action.
thought that was a bonus action.
No, that was a bonus action. I thought the check required an action, like to just keep screaming.
Yeah, and if you're wanting to do that, yeah, you can keep screaming as an action if that's what you want to do.
But you could also hit something.
13.
13. Okay, yeah, I mean, you're starting to catch more attention.
I mean, yeah. At this point, my goal is to just keep as many people from dying as I can. I'm not gonna kill anything.
Okay, you're able to get that attention.
Your choice. But killing something might keep us from dying.
Let's see. This one. He's going to move around a bit more, and he's going to throw a globe that is going to overshoot a bit. He's trying to throw it a little bit near Axel's direction. And it's going to land more like...
How many of those things does he have?
He's going to throw one, lands kind of in a, like a gas dispersion, kind of explodes like this. But the gas dispersion kind of like falls out. No one seems to get hit by it that you can notice. And who went next? That was him. This guy just kind of drops his crossbow and he starts running in. Pulls out his little short sword. Ooh, and he's able... Oh yeah, you're going to need a refresh, Will, just so you know. And he is going to kill this rat right here as he swings his sword and cuts down its body quite hard.
Baby's first kill.
Yay!
The veteran guy is going to try and attack the rat with a shield that's next to him, Matthias. Yeah, good. Man, that's a bad roll. But he's going to be able to get a sizable chunk as he's able to... Oh, no. Wrong way. Hold on, that was his full health. He went down to this health. He's able to get a good chunk off as he just slashes his sword down his body. You're not able to tell what happens, but Thyrus is going to concentrate a moment, and each of you can choose to, if you wish, gain the effects of rage. So you can't normally can't do it with heavy armor. I'm going to still allow people with heavy armor to have rage in this moment. But you have, I mean, keep this down somewhere if you need to write it down or anything to make a note of this, or if you want to pull it up somewhere on a different web page. You're going to have advantage on your strength checks and strength saving throws. When you make an attack with a melee weapon using strength, you can give a +2 bonus to the damage roll. You will have all of you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. But if you choose to take it, you can use a bonus action to dispel it, but you won't be able to cast spells while this is on you. But this is going to last a minute here. So, if I ever give you a damage number, just keep in mind that I'm not compiling resistance in my head, so you'll need to still reduce it by half.
Would I get bonus damage to my attacks as a hyena?
No, because you're not using a weapon. Like, I mean, I know you're counting your biting as a weapon, but, like, it's not like you're swinging a weapon kind of thing. Yeah. I'm counting that. It's the same as how Will asked if his fists count as strength weapons, and I'm like, even if you're using strength modifiers.
Count as weapons, not strength.
Well, whether you're using strength or dex, because you get to choose as a monk. I was saying his fists don't get to count as strength weapons or dex weapons. They are.
I'm not benefiting from it, but I know how I feel about it. But you're the DM. So.
I know that some people do multi-class and like do some stuff, but maybe they only do that with like being a gorilla or something and using a weapon as a gorilla.
Some people probably actually allow it. I'm not. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm saying it. This other guy, he's just having a pitiful time. He's going to try and take another slash at this, another stab with a spear, and it's just not going to land, and it's going to go back to Rin.
Okay, so whatever spark of adrenaline.
Well, sorry. You can go do your turn, but then I'm going to go back to that rage conversation.
Yeah, feeling whatever spark of adrenaline came from Thyrus, whether or not she knows what it is, sort of like takes a breath and like lets out this yell, and like for just a brief second, you could almost swore that like spark like ignited like behind her, like in the air. And she's gonna take a strike at this first one here.
Okay.
This a natural 20.
Think so? Good job. Okay.
That is for 2 plus 4 plus 4, 10 damage.
Nice. Is definitely dead.
I went for the other one, but we're gonna bonus action go for the other one. That is not gonna be nearly as good. That's gonna be to hit.
I didn't hear the number. I just heard to hit. 10? Yeah, that will not hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna dodge that punch.
Then going to very swiftly just shift this way.
Okay. It's gonna be over to Axel, but said you had a question or comment or.
Yeah. Okay. So, DM can rule however they want if you want to house rule it, but actually, rules as written, rage would apply to my attacks because there's a subtlety between melee weapon attacks and attacks with weapons, especially if you have like messed with monk. You can find this, like you might encounter this. But anyway, on hyena, it says actions bite melee weapon attack. Like it specifically says that a bite is a melee weapon attack.
I'll count it. I really don't care. But yeah, I mean, you can do it.
I mean, it's a weird thing, but rules as written, like, melee weapon attack does not mean weapons. Like, for monks, they get to account their unarmed strikes as melee weapon attacks, even though they're not attacks with weapons. Anyway.
I'll roll it that way. I don't really care too much. I know I discussed it a lot with Will, but I just come initially to the conclusion that, if it says making a weapon attack, if you're not physically using a weapon, then it's not a weapon attack. That's how I had phrased it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying the way that they write the rules, melee weapon attack does not necessarily mean that you are holding a weapon. But, like with, like, stunning strike, there's several monk things that, like, they say making a melee weapon attack, and it's really, if you take that to mean that they have to be holding a weapon, then a bunch of monk stuff is garbage, because you use unarmed strikes most of the time. So, because that was a question I had when I was making my monk. I was like, whoa, do I have to use a weapon to use, like, several of my monk features? And then I, like, from reading much stuff, learned, like, oh, no, you actually don't, because those are melee weapon attacks. Your unarmed strikes are. But
yeah,
anyway.
I mean, I don't know about all that. I just know, because Will knows all about monk as well, since he's, of course, made this monk and looked at the future prospects, but he only ever asked me because he was thinking about multi-classing into barbarian so that he could get rage. And
Gotcha.
I mean, that's the only, as far as our discussion had gone. Like, I haven't looked at a monk page to see all that. I just trust each of you to look at your own pages and see what you guys have, and if you guys ever have questions to discuss it with me. But like, I don't particularly look into everyone's class and subclass like super
I said,
hard.
I don't care how you rule it. I do know that is like how it is as written. That's how it is. But
yeah, I'll allow it. I don't really care. So
okay,
yeah, especially if that's how it's
All right.
ruled. Actually, then yeah.
then I will take the advantage of rage, since I can't cast spells anyway right now. Although my thing's I'm about to die in this form, but. Okay, I'll run over to right here for the moment and attack that guy next to Rin, which is still, unfortunately, with disadvantage. So that's... Okay, so 12.
12.
Well, actually, can I move to right here and be flanking? And that'd be 14?
Sure, I'll let you do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're able to just barely hit him.
Okay.
So you're able to get behind him like that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you get +2 damage since we're doing the rule, so... Whatever damage you roll.
Probably doesn't matter. That means it's 15 damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's dead.
Yeah. Alright, and then bonus action, since I killed that guy, I'll attack the next one, which will also be disadvantaged. The first one's good. Oh, nice. Roll the same thing again. Okay, so that's like 19 plus 5 or whatever. So 24 to hit.
To what? Hit this one or the one above right here?
You know, yeah, I'll go to the one on Klaus. The one behind
Okay.
Klaus. That makes more sense.
And you did what to hit? Was it?
24.
Oh, okay. Did you roll damage already?
Not yet. Rolling
Okay.
damage now. 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus the 2 for rage is 12.
Okay. Yeah,
So
you
did
kill that.
decide on it.
Yeah, I just decided, I'm just... Because I really don't care, but yeah, if official rules normally involve it counting as melee weapons, then yeah, like, so your fist counts
Yeah, you
melee
missed
weapons.
part of the conversation. Melee weapon attack does not necessarily mean with a weapon, and this is important for monks in some places where it, like for stunning strike that you get later and stuff, it'll say something about melee weapon attacks. You can do it with unarmed strikes. Rules is written, and if you look at sage advice and stuff, you can do it. Because when I was making my monk, I was like, this is kind of garbage. Like, I can't use my features with unarmed, which is like the whole point of the monk, but you can. Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, as I've understood, and that's sort of what I was alluding to earlier, is that a lot of times the unarmed strike, at least for a monk, still counts as a melee weapon. Right. It's not technically a weapon. But
Right.
for me, I'm still not going to
Looking for
use
royalty.
at least the offensive benefits of rage because it just decreases for me less. So
But, you know,
Okay.
if you did decide you wanted to multi-class into Barbarian, just know I am giving those +2 on the damage and stuff, so...
Considering it for at least the defensive fits.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright, that ends
so...
my turn.
Ends your turn. It's a good turn still. What is left?
Cyrus really started to turn things around with whatever he just pulled out of his pocket.
This is the only clothed rat still alive. And it is going to... What's his AC? Oh, yeah, okay. So it's going to hit. It's going to swing its sword. Ooh, bring it down. It's going to hurt Thyrus. Can't really see his health bar because the other guy's token, but he is about halfway there. And it's going to go to these less clothed rats here, the non-clothed rats. They're going to turn... Those ones are going to turn their attention toward... That one's going to turn its attention towards Thyrus real quick. And it's not going to... Oh, I forgot to roll it. Okay, it's not going to hit. This one is going to move over and step over its ally's corpse real quick. And it's going to try and take a stab at Klaus, and it's definitely not going to hit. This other one right here is going to try and attack Klaus. That
Can't move.
definitely doesn't hit. This one right here is going to disengage. And it's just going to... Oh, start stretching it. It's going to just start trying to move around. It's going to move over to here. This one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to kind of move over to here, and he is going to try and sling a rock at Rin. 18 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. It's going to do... that is 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, reduced. Do you round down?
Damage will be... From enemies will be rounded down, for sure. Yeah, so
Right.
you can do that as 2. It's good that you kept track of that. I forgot about that already. Hold on. So that did less than that. I thought that was up here. He's going to be at that much health. Okay. Cool. Glad you remembered that. Because it helped me. Thyrus took less damage. Okay. And that's it for those. It's going back to Klaus.
Klaus is going to take his banner with the short spear sticking out of the bottom and try and just like jab it into this guy right here
Okay.
who came up and tried to touch him. Well,
Is that 12 to hit?
yes.
Okay. That is going to just hit.
2 plus 2 for rage, that's 4 piercing damage.
4 piercing damage. It is dead.
Nice. And as a bonus action, he's going to just keep screaming.
Okay.
Wait!
Mm.
Harness divine power. So I can get a spell slot back. I changed my mind. That's my bonus
Okay.
action.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. You can change your mind and do that.
Cool. So I have 1 spell slot left. But I can't use it on this turn. I'm still screaming, just not in a use an action to
Sure.
draw attention that way.
Also, before you use your spell slot, you'll have to use a bonus action to end your rage next
That's
turn.
true. Forgot about that. Yeah.
I'm gonna see this one over here since it's its go. Let me make the order change. There we go. 10, 15, 20. This one's going to sprint over to here. It's changing quite a bit directionally, but it's going to sprint over there. And it's going to be its turn. This guy's going to start stepping on the corpses. He's going to move down a little bit. And that is going to be a hit from him. It's going to kill this dude. Seems to be way less skilled with his crossbow than he is with this short sword. And he's going to keep on moving down over here. The kind of veteran guy is going to make his attack, and with the help of his subordinate, he's going to be able to get a hit in. Oh, kind of garbage hit. Okay, but did some good damage. Is there something I need to stop for that happened with you?
No, I just forgot to roll to
Oh, see if the poison was gone.
roll to 4.
How many times have you rolled to check already? Is that the 4th one?
It's at least the 4th one, yeah.
Okay. It only lasts a minute, so you only have 2 more to go anyways before it's just gone. But I know it sucks that you just have all these turns where...
A minute would be 10 rounds, right?
It depends.
6-second rounds?
I think people do them. I think they range anywhere from
A minute
6 to
would
10
be 10
seconds.
rounds.
I thought rounds, I believe, are 6
Rounds
seconds.
are 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So a
Well, I think
minute
everyone ranges them. Like I think they're 6 to 10, but I mean,
It's
It's also like 20
Sure.
people going each round.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's all happening simultaneously.
yeah. It's like,
The
yeah. I
idea.
mean, yeah. I mean, we have to physically do it
Those
turn
are
based, but yeah, it's simultaneous. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 10 rounds. Let's see. Horrible. Thyers just makes a horrible swing. Kind of looks like he maybe damaged his sword slightly. It's hard to tell. This guy, now that he's kind of out, he's just going to kind of take a bit back and kind of wait around. He's a little bit scared, but he's quite hurt. That's mostly why he's scared. And it's going to go over to Rin.
This freaking guy! Alright, Rin's gonna start trying to run cleanup crew. 20 feet here. Dash against this guy.
Okay.
Oh, I actually can't see that because of glare. 17.
That hits.
7 damage.
Okay. That one is dead.
Alright, another... Let me just double check that... Oh, hold on. Yep.
Okay.
Another 20 feet. Same thing. Just gonna drop kick this kid.
Okay.
That's also 17.
And damage.
Another 7 damage.
And he's dead. Okay.
That's everything.
That's your turn. It's over to Axel then.
Okay, so this guy is alive, and this guy's alive?
At this exact moment in this room, it is only those two and
And the big guy.
big guy over there.
Okay. Then I will go +5. Okay, 10. And I'll swing at the close guy there.
Okay. And you'll have your flank bonus.
I'll also have disadvantage. Okay, so with... Okay, that should do us. That'd be 13 plus 5. Yeah, so 18. Okay.
18 to hit?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it hits.
Alright, 2d6 plus 3 plus 2. So that's 10 damage on that guy.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Okay, bonus action. I'll take another step. And attack the other guy. Do I have flanking on this one too?
I would say no, not for this one.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay, cool. So I think I still hit now. So that's 17 with the disadvantage.
That will hit.
Okay, 2d6 plus. So that's 5 plus. So that's another
Yeah,
10.
it's dead. It's dead.
Okay. Cool. I actually kind of like where I'm standing right now because he can't throw a bomb at me very easily without moving. Although I don't know. I'm kind of. I'll move over one spot right here.
Okay.
Okay, that ends my turn. I'll roll
He
for
can still
poison.
move.
Yeah, that's why I ended up deciding. Okay, and I'm not poisoned anymore. Finally, rolled a 14 plus 2,
Nice.
16. No longer poisoned.
Those are all dead. Those are all dead. So it is
The
to
only one left is
Klaus.
the big dude.
Actually, real quick.
This is just screaming with dead bodies around them.
Yeah, just got a bunch of dead bodies around him. He's just right before it's Klaus, actually.
Just like it devolved from ho 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 into ho ho.
It's going to be one of these guys going to run out from this room over here, and he's going to try and throw a rock at Rin here. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Let's
It's
see.
gonna happen.
You're going down.
Don't forget, whatever I name, you gotta reduce that in half.
I know. I'm waiting.
That is-
Bated breath.
That's 7 damage, so 3.
Alright.
Oh yeah, rage. Nice. Yeah.
And then it's Klaus.
Alright,
Just to make sure I know, are you still enraged? Did you drop it to do something, or did you not drop it?
I'm about to drop it.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'll
5,
give this thunderbolt to the rage
15,
people.
20, 25, 30. Drop my rage, cast Cure Wounds on Rim.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's 10 hit points.
Oh, we're
Nice.
almost back to
That is-
full, baby.
All my spell slots.
I still have all my spell slots. I still have 3 spell slots, and I have Cure Wounds. So
Yeah.
you
You
know,
did it, you shapeshift.
I know, but I can drop that as a bonus action.
And I can just pull it back up again.
We're about to just 1v1 this freaking guy now.
We get it, you're a druid.
So there's that.
I bonk Rin with my standard, and bibbidi bobbidi boo, all her wounds go away. And I just like hold my shield out in front of the big guy and brace for impact.
Okay. He is going to throw another globe out. And can you make each of you make a Constitution save for me?
Guessing
Ren
Klaus
and
and
Klaus.
I have drawn for all the other ones. I should draw right here. It's just going to land basically in between them. He's pretty close, so you can pretty easily achieve such.
22!
11.
I know it's not gonna save
okay.
me, but it felt really good.
So it was 12 if you didn't succeed. So Rin rolled 11. So Rin's going to take 12. Klaus will take 6.
Class is down.
Klaus is down. Okay.
Class is down.
What a beast. He still gets his heals off before he gets down, though. I'll just do, I don't know. Let's,
I got one.
oh, yeah, that one works too. That's probably better. Okay. So class is down.
Currently choking on fumes.
I don't recall, do you do death saves at the end of that person's turn or at the start of their turn?
Start of their turn.
Start of their turn? Okay. And we're going to do the system where I'm going to do the death saves for you, or you can do the death save in private. But, you know, only myself and that player will know what the death save is, and they're not, like, supposed to tell people if it's a success or a fail. Yeah.
Alright.
Right.
So, if you're not the player themselves, you will not know, and you're not supposed to express it. But, there's that. This guy is going to move up. 10. He's going to charge all the way up here. He's just going to dash around and be able to charge all the way up there.
What a champ.
This guy's struggling. There's tons of bodies and corpses just stacked in his path. But he's able to get pretty far. Thyrus just chugging along. Okay, Thyrus is getting pretty close too. This guy just kind of trying to stay somewhat near everyone. He's going to move a little bit further in. Doesn't want to get separated from everyone. And it's back to Rin.
All right. And is going to start moving this way, and as she does, she's going to bonk Klaus back on the head, and they healing hands for 2 points. Bring him back up.
Okay. I don't recall, is that an action or bonus action?
I'm 99% sure it's an action. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's unfortunately as an action.
Okay.
But it's going to level 5, 10, 15, 20,
10 Rins on 1 health, okay.
40 is going to start working her way around the back.
Okay.
Dude, Rin's gonna just keep going on 1 health. She's a trooper.
Okay. And then it's going to go over to Axel.
Okay. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have tons of movement, so I can easily get over here, actually. We'll do right there. We'll leave room for Thyrus. Okay. I will attack. No longer with disadvantage. Woohoo! Cool. Alright, so that is 19 to hit.
Is that already with your other +2 as well, I assume? From the
Is this flanking?
Well, yeah, because the other guy's behind him.
Okay, I didn't know which direction the dude was facing. Okay, 21 with flanking.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Was that supposed to
Would
roll for the
19 have
poison?
not?
What? I'm confused. A bunch of stuff's been said. What? First, Jason, you said 19 to hit, right?
Yeah, and then +2 for flanking.
Yeah,
is
and
21.
I said that hits. And then Will asked a question.
Was that supposed to roll for poison?
No, poison's not. Oh yeah, at the end of your turn, you do a DC. You do the same save to see if you get the 15 or not.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. And then Bobby, you asked what?
Would 19 have not?
Which you don't have to
Well,
answer.
I asked.
Yeah, you don't have to answer.
I don't have to answer you, but I asked. But so what's your damage?
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't roll it yet. So 5 plus 5 is so 10 damage.
Okay. Oh, didn't do his health the right way. He was at that, so he's at this. Okay. I want his health bar to be accurate. I accidentally dropped it the wrong way. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. That's it.
Okay, and then it's over to Klaus.
Klaus is going to, what he's going to do is from a safe distance, over here where you can see, going to cast Sacred Flurry on the weird backpack rat.
Okay. I don't recall. Is that a? Do I make a save of some sort or?
Dexterity save DC 13.
Okay, Dex 13. I accidentally didn't click my other menu. I just did my scroll bar. Let's see. I'm trying to get 13. Oh, fails.
Fails.
Yeah, fails.
7 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
Dang, son.
Just little teeny tiny snowflakes battering him a little bit. It's very cool.
So it is going to it's had a sword out this whole time in its other hand, while one's been constantly reaching behind it and pulling out globes.
Oh, there's one more other rat still alive right here.
Yeah.
Still
That one
And
had
there
come
might be
in
more.
later.
There might
Yeah.
be more coming behind him, but
I didn't see him there. Just felt obligated to mention something.
Okay.
Fair.
This one is going to. So he's going to take a swing at Axel. Your AC is 12, right?
yeah.
That is. It's 11. Okay, so that's not going to hit. And it's going to swing again. And that time it'll hit. And it's going to do. It's going to do 4 slashing damage.
Okay, but for rage, I can reduce that, right?
Oh, yep. Yeah, reduce that with rage.
2. Okay.
Okay. And then it's going to turn over to this guy. He's going to get an attack. That does not hit. But he tries to swing and he catches a lot of metal that's on the back of this guy's... on the back of this rat, and not able to really get anything done. This guy's going to walk up and he's going to try and take a swing with his sword. And he's going to hit it. And he's going to do a fair bit of damage. This thing is not looking good. And it's going to turn to Thyrus. Thyrus having such a hard time. So many big people. He's like... 15, 20. Okay, he can reach around.
Goes back to town to run around the buildings some more.
Yeah, he gets lost. There's too many pillars. He just loses track of where everything is. Ooh, and he's gonna get a very spicy hit.
Nice killing blow, maybe? How does Thyrus want to do this?
He
Smiler gonna have to ask himself how he wants to do this.
leaves it with the tiniest sliver of health. This thing is looking real bad. This guy's just going to kind of come in some. You don't really see him, but he's just kind of moving around. And it's going to go to Rin.
Do it!
Ren is going to
Please.
run up, and this is at disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Are you still poisoned?
Do I do it at the beginning or the end?
The end.
And okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Okay, 3 plus 6 plus 2, 11.
11 will not hit.
Okay. Bonus action.
Okay.
Again.
Do it again, baby. Come on.
4 plus 6 plus 2, 12.
12. It does not hit.
Dang it.
Sorry. It's going to go to Axel.
And then you on your own roll for your see if you stop being poisoned.
That's right. Yeah. Nope.
Okay, I rolled a nat 1 on my attack. Oh,
Very good.
So that's not going to
Chase
hit.
all over again.
so I do not hit him.
This rat, seeing that this is just looking real terrible, this rat's going to just start scurrying away. And you lose track of this rat.
Oh, the other one. I was like,
yeah.
we lose track of him.
He disappeared!
5 attacks of opportunity on.
Yeah, but that rat that was over here just starts scurrying away. Some of you are able to catch that. Klaus, it's your go.
Another Sacred Flurry. Give me another deck save.
Okay.
DC 13.
It's going to succeed that time. It's going to have a 19.
Alright, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens, and I don't have any bonus actions, so that's my turn.
Dang.
Yep.
I didn't think this would actually happen. So
All three of us have now gone and done nothing in a row.
So it is going to pull out one final globe and is going to just smash it down on the ground. From in that moment of chaos, we can notice it does die doing so. But
Rin is down.
Rin's going to be down. Let me see. I guess you need to make a DC 15 for me, Jason. But I'll have to make it for all these gentlemen here.
Ooh, 9. So poisoned again.
7
And-
damage. Let me see
Okay.
if these gents take the full brunt or not.
Alright, so I fall out of my hyena form and then take an additional 3 damage.
So this one becomes... I don't know, I'll just use this one for poison. So he becomes poisoned. But he is going to take... He's going to take... that... He goes down to 9. This guy is going to go down to 11. Okay. You guys can go out turn order. But immediately seeing Rin fall, the veteran's going to turn. He's going to rumble in his, rummage through his bag, and he's going to pull out this bottle of red liquid, and he's going to feed it into Rin's mouth. And you are going to be able to heal, so you'll come back to consciousness. Let me that is how much? 2d4 plus 2. You can heal 7 health. But you are now out of initiative order.
As that happens, Rin just like jumps up and gasps and like immediately grabs at like the base of the shoulder of her arm. This Will tries to figure out how to do this freaking thing and beyond.
In the meantime, Milo, I don't know if you want to switch me back to normal size or what.
Yeah, let me switch back to normal size. Your rages are off, just so you know. Like, you don't have rage anymore.
Yeah.
It's
You're
7 or
not
8.
dead!
That. Whew. Ow. That hurt a lot.
Well,
I am also in pain.
the veteran guy kind of looks around and he's like, well, seems like everyone's alive, so that's good. And looks over at the other guy and is like, you okay, Jenkins? And the guy's like, the guy in armor is kind of like, yeah, I'm okay. Definitely looking worse for wear. At this moment, of course, you can look over everyone. Everyone looks to be in a bit rough shape. No one's doing particularly good. Can I get people to roll perception checks?
7.
25.
25.
Sorry. Perception.
It's very wound up right now.
21.
21. Let me just do... Sure. Oh, of course, Cyrus rolls like AIDS. So, for sure, Rin, you and Axel, you were able to hear footsteps. A lot of footsteps. They are seemingly moving away from you. But you can hear it just echoing through the caves. You hear a bunch of footsteps, running away from your direction. Just pointing that out for you.
Okay, and that's pretty much immediately after this, or has any time passed, really?
That's like what's happening now. I mean, no time's really passed since. I mean, you could say maybe like 20 seconds has passed, but.
I think it's fair to say that we got things that mattered.
Here we go. Oh.
We should bring back at least one body. So they cannot say
This
there
pecker
are
over
no red
here.
people.
Let's just get the big guy.
Well, first of all, we need to check. I want to investigate him. Kind of like look at what it is that he's wearing and try to kind of figure out what's going on with that. And also maybe check, I don't know, see what else is on him.
Okay. Let me check what I had prepared for this. So you're looking over this large rat's corpse. You're not able to find any more of those glass containers. You can only assume that was the last one that it used on itself in some kind of act of maybe desperation. But you don't really find much on him besides what he's wearing. He does have these like almost cloth trench coat that he's wearing that it does, everything in the room smells horrible. Especially all the bodies. Each body already smelled horrible before they died. But it just has a horrible reeking smell. But it is wearing that trench coat as well as this material you're not too familiar with that's just covering its face. It has like these like see-through holes that has some kind of tube that's extending out of it into this large metal bag. It's more apt to say that it's a metal box kind of looking thing. It's not of the make that you would recognize. Klaus, looking at it, could say that it definitely looks like someone has made this thing. It does not look whatsoever natural. And it looks kind of, interestingly made. It's not extremely well made, but it's not using conventional means. But besides that, you do not see anything on its corpse. Just gonna play this. Just have some kind of ambient noise.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Klaus, I don't know if you want to try to take this thing, or...
Duh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna... You're gonna carry just what it's wearing, or the full rat? Taking it...
I assume we're taking the whole rat, and I'll just extract the apparatus.
Are you taking the apparatus off of it, and like just taking the rat, or are you taking everything?
We are taking the rat and the apparatus. I'm going to take the apparatus myself, and we're going to keep the rat. Okay.
The apparatus itself is going to weigh roughly 15 pounds in all. The rat is going to weigh 80 pounds.
Alright, so that's 95 altogether?
Yeah.
Could
We can go sling him on over a horse or something.
Yes, could someone help me carry this out of the cave?
Yeah, I can help you when we get ready to go out of the cave.
Let's go with you.
Where are we in relation to the workshop area? Was that off of this room? Is that over there?
Yeah,
right?
it's off at the other end of this room.
Okay, because I'd like to check that out, of course, before we go.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, we can say I do that now.
Sure, so you can go over there. I'm going to reveal it, but it's not like I put a bunch of stuff in there or anything. I put stuff in other places just kind of for aesthetic, but yeah, there's nothing in there. But yeah, I mean, so essentially, yeah, you check out this small space, and you see various things strewn about. You see what looks like similar kind of glasses as it would have used, and some kind of chemicals laying around that you can't really tell or distinguish. But, you know, it seems a bit dangerous because it's so foreign to you as a concept what these things are. But there are some, you know, mostly some carvings strewn about. There is... You see on this table where a lot of the supplies are is this small, like, metal, what almost looks like a necklace or amulet. It looks like a couple of gears kind of, like, strewn about. And you also see what catches your eye in this room is this really large, nice wooden rod, you could say. Quite a couple feet long, somewhere maybe about, I don't know, about like 4 to 5 feet long, somewhere in that range. And it's just like this really well, you know, made wood that's just been more. It looks very natural, I should say. It's very natural. It's not been carved into or anything, but it's just kind of laying around in a pile of just random firewood. What you could assume was firewood, just random sticks and stuff. But besides that, there's not a lot really going on besides kind of just various things that make it look kind of like a workshop. There's a lot of metal strewn about, the chemicals, the work surface, but those are the only two things that seem to kind of stand out to you besides, you know, the processes going on.
Okay, yeah, well, I would like to grab both of those things, the rod and the necklace.
Okay. Yeah, so you can take both those things with you.
Okay.
And I'll add those to you later. Make note of that. And or if you give them to someone, I'll add it to them, but...
Yeah, I'll come back and go over to where everyone else was and kind of, you know, tell them I looked around in the workshop. I didn't find any sign of the warp stone, but there were just some, like, weird liquids and glass bottles and scrap metal and stuff like that. And, you know, hell, I found these two things, this necklace and this rod.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
presumably Klaus will later identify them for us or something. Maybe.
Yeah,
you don't.
I mean, it's not like he's a wizard. He's just, I mean, he uses some magic, but
He 100% does have the spell identified, but okay.
I didn't know I did.
He
Do I?
did. At
For
one
some
point.
reason,
I do
Bobby
have
also,
identify.
yeah.
I was about to say you definitely had it. I mean, you could have swapped it out, but
I do have identify. I just forgot I had identify.
Do you have the material component for identify? I think it takes a pearl,
You can
right?
cast it as a ritual, it looks like.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, obviously we can't do it right now anyway,
Yeah.
because it doesn't have some slots. But
Sure.
But yeah, you're right. It does take a material component.
Okay.
Yeah, so that might be an issue. But okay. All right. So I tell them about that. Are you? So we're calling this. Are we calling this cave like good now? Like we're done in here?
Sounds like it. Everyone
Um,
else seems to be
Uh,
scurrying out of here. I think this guy was the head honcho behind all of this.
Seems that way.
The older man kind of speaks up. He's like, well, I think it's definitely best we check out everything, though. Don't want to leave anything left and say the job's done just to see them come back and hurt us again.
Yeah. Well, by all means, lead the way.
Okay. And he starts leading around, assuming you guys follow him, and he starts going through the portions of the cave you hadn't seen yet. I'll just reveal it to you, because these are all... Yeah, okay, so I can just leave those as is, because that's in my GM overlay. Yeah, so, yeah, he just starts kind of leading around, and you check out everything else, and it definitely does seem clear, and especially you recognize everywhere that you had been as a bat and gone through. But Yeah, it does seem that all the rats have fled, to the best of your knowledge. And eventually, you guys meet back up in. We'll say you guys kind of stop around here where you recognize that you had been before, and he says, "Well, it definitely looks like the job's done. If there's anything else you want to get from here, I didn't see anything useful on the way, but it's not like we spent time really looking through everything. But we'll be outside and check on the horses and make sure everything's okay out there." And then just kind of gives a slight wave to his guys, and they leave out the exit with their torches. So kind of leaves you guys in the dark, unless you guys decide to follow them.
If nothing caught our eye of interest when we were walking around the cave with them, then I would say I would just walk out with them.
I guess since you guys kind of searched around some, but you're not going back and searching, I'll say each of you can give me a perception check. Just to see.
Bad. 8.
Well,
8, 10, 12.
Oh, I didn't hear them all. Bobby, as Klaus is walking through this room, in particular, there's a lot of junk strewn about as you guys are moving through this room over here. And, you're able to see this one interesting looking rod, made of wood. Mostly catches your eye because most things in that room seem to be of quite poor condition. Especially there's a lot of random weapons that have been strewn about that are just made of scrap they're just extremely rusted or are broken. And this one wooden rod just seems to be in extremely good condition as it sits sticking out of a pile. And I'll add that to your inventory, but that is everything you were able to notice. Either of you didn't see anything of worth.
Okay.
Let's get out of this freaking cave.
Yep.
the
So you guys exit the cave, and yeah, you can just, you guys go out, and the three are waiting for you. They're kind of getting the horses ready.
And I help Klaus carry the body of the rat out as we go.
Okay, yeah. Help carry the rat out, and you can try to just set him on top of one of the bodies. Sorry, one of the horses.
Horses.
I got too much I'm thinking about. But yeah.
Bodies of horses.
So all the horses are dead. No. The horses seem fine. They were a bit away. You don't see any of the rats anywhere, and the three men are definitely just standing around, starting to ready the horses, making sure they're okay. You can easily get it kind of the body saddled on top of a horse. Probably would have to be Rin that rides with it, just because the weights of all of you vary so greatly.
I was gonna say I can turn into a horse if I need to.
That's fine. Job's just ride with this dead body then.
The stinking, extremely putrid dead body.
If you want me to turn into a horse, I can.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Just like doing that thing where you're explicitly trying not to make contact with the thing that's next to you.
No, I fully understand. So yeah, you can, kind of try and wedge some random stuff between you and it, and try to scoot way forward on the horse. But
I do, as we're going, since I'm stuck with it, I do want to just give it like another over time, just a couple good once overs, just to see if anything else stands out beyond what we've already seen.
Now that we're in daylight, for one.
Yeah.
As you stare at it, you're able to see these dark, beady eyes through the glass on its face. and you are able to distinguish that the fur is quite dark. It is brown in color, but it is dark enough to almost look black. It has these, it does look similar to rats that you would have seen in the past. Of course, extremely larger, and of course more, human-like in structure. But it does still have what looks like paws on both of its feet and its hands. Its feet looking quite elongated. You're not able to tell how it must, normally stand. You weren't really paying attention to all their feet during the fight. But its feet are, quite interesting. They're very narrow and long, with these long toes. But as you're riding, it just starts to smell worse and worse as you see what almost looks like these like air vents on top of his bag just keep releasing smell. But it smells like whatever was in there just smells extremely horrible.
Great. So fun.
Yep, and you deal with that for about an hour and a half until you get back to town.
As soon as like even before the horse stops, I just jump off. I'm like, nope, no more, more. Can't take it. I don't care.
Could have just had my horse, and I could have run as a horse. But all right, stubborn.
But you guys get there, and it's quite at least from the farmers out in their own pastures and farms. They stare quite confused but interested. They definitely can tell that you all have been through some stuff. They see the blood and dirt all over each of you. Can tell that it must have been quite something, but some of them are a little grossed out, at least that are much closer, as they smell, this quite putrid smell coming off of what seems like maybe everyone. But you get quite a few looks as they mostly are interested in looking at this odd body strewn across. Is there any particular place you plan to stop on your way, or you just going to stop at the gate?
Yeah, I think we're just headed. We're gonna, go talk to the Baron, let him know the job's done, give him a report on it.
Okay. You guys get in. Get to the gate, kind of get to like a bit of a stables that's right outside, and it's where you guys kind of start getting off your horses for the most part. Of course, we know how Rin got off his horse, for sure, or got off her horse. The older man starts to turn towards you and is like, so, what do we want to do with this body? You want to just bring it into the Baron himself? Do you want to, leave it here?
I don't know if he'll want us to bring it inside, but...
Should come out and see it.
Yeah,
Do you think
Up so everyone can see and know that rat people are real. Bring it up in town square. Everyone know.
I'll come with you, and I guess we can talk to the Baron. Turns towards the two young guys, just like, you two, make sure you watch this. Make sure the horses get returned properly, but also watch this body. Make sure it stays here. Don't need this horse running off with it.
Rin's gonna stay with the two outside.
Sure, you can stay with the two.
Just trying to clean yourself off a little bit.
Sure.
Dust all the crap off of her.
So, Axel, Klaus, and Thyrus, as well as this gentleman here, you four are going to still continue going towards the Baron without the body. And you get to the town hall. Of course, when you walk in, a lot of people start looking at you, both besides the fact that, and while you're walking the streets, you guys are quite bloodied and quite dirty. There's mud and dirt kind of just caked all over you. Some of it you didn't notice, especially that's on your back. You can only assume these rats must have been extremely dirty. But you also just all have this quite pungent smell coming off of each of you. But you walk in, everyone's eyes turn towards you, and The guy at the front desk is like, "Oh yes, let me know. Let the Baron. I'll just let him know that you're back." And he just kind of quickly knocks on the door and just kind of peeks his head in and mentions something. And the gentleman opens the door further and just kind of waves and says, "He's able to see you right now. If you'd like to speak to him immediately."
Yes.
Okay. So you each head in there. The older gentleman kind of walks in front of you, just kind of walks in first and stands off to the side of the room. The Baron sees the sight of each of you and just kind of looks over each of you and says, must have been quite something."
Indeed.
It's like, "Well, good job. Not really sure if you really need to report anything. Most of it can probably be handled by my old friend here, but let me get this for you." And he starts reaching down and he pulls out this sack that just plops on the table, and he says, this will hold the 50 gold that I promised you. I won't be offended if you want to count it in front of me. That's fine. But that's what we agreed upon. Is there anything else?
House, did you want to? No. Alright.
Red people.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I think you said something about rat people at one point.
Need to be aware. Your men can attest to there were
The older man
great
speaks up.
many of them.
Yeah, the Baron looks at the older man, and older man speaks up and says, "Yeah, it's true. They seem like rat people. Anywhere from yay high to we saw one that was like this tall," and he kind of gestures about vaguely what you can imagine their heights kind of were compared to him. He's like, "It was quite vicious creatures. I don't know what they were. They kind of acted like the beastmen, but I didn't see any of the regular suspects there, so I don't really know. Might be some new breed or something, which is always troublesome."
We brought one. If
We
you
brought the
would like to see.
And he kind of looks at the work on his desk. He's like, pushes himself from his chair, stands up, and says, I think this will be a much better thing to do. Let's go see this body that you're talking of."
Before we go out, I do grab the bag of gold.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so you grab the gold. I'm just trying to find something that's like half decent. I know we don't plan to be on here a ton longer, but I don't want my ambient music on for the cave much longer. So yeah, you guys start heading out, and especially seeing the Baron, a lot of people kind of give some bows or waves. But you guys eventually make your way out all the way to the gate. At this point, the guys
So
have returned. What?
You miss out on some fun. And says to the Baron as he approaches.
It's like, well, I knew I'd miss out on something, but looks like it was a lot more interesting than I sadly got to see. I heard there's some kind of body here that you all have for me. And, people can usually direct him to the large corpse on the grounds, and
All your nose.
yeah, he's like, I see. And kind of starts getting closer to it. Kind of kicks it over with his boot, and kind of tries to make it roll over on its stomach so he can kind of look at it more. And he's like, "Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen anything like this before. I hadn't even heard of something like this." And he gets down, crouches down a little bit near its head and kind of like grabs from the front and kind of, I don't want to say tear, because tear makes it sound like he's breaking it, but he kind of starts to like pull the mask off of its face, trying to expose the face so you can take a look at it, and you see these quite beady eyes with this kind of pointed face, all covered in fur and with a lot of sharp teeth in its mouth, and there's a couple scrapes and gashes kind of carved into its skin here and there, into its fur, kind of leaving exposed areas all along its body. But he's like, yeah, I've never seen something like this, but I can say it does look like some type of rat person. Just have to add that into, I don't know, I guess add that into the encyclopedia of beastmen. I'll have to try and send some kind of missive to Nuln, see if the Elector Count has heard anything about this, and make him aware of the situation as well. Well,
This thing might not have been too different from the thing that killed Taliesin. I got all the way into the city and managed to escape.
how interesting. Surprised to think that something like this could, kill someone in broad daylight and be able to run around so quick, but maybe it's just because of this junk on it, and he kind of gives a kick to the large metal backpack-looking box that's strapped to his back, and,
Oh, that reminds me. I meant to take that off.
yeah, and you start to kind of pull it off. The mask is attached to it via the tube, but yeah, you can kind of pull that off. And he's like, "Well, you definitely were worth your money. You four just randomly come upon each other, or you got some kind of name for your group?" Because, you definitely don't look like people around here. Look like you, might be some adventurers with the guild or something.
Well, not to brag, but I would say we're definitely some of the Empire's finest.
We did meet at the guild.
So your group
We don't
doesn't
have a name.
your group doesn't have any kind of name. Well, it's a
right
shame. Well, you all can think about that some other time. In the meantime, I'll just, collect your names, and I can at least put that in my report. And then, you guys can choose if you want to give him your names or not, but, no. It doesn't seem like he's trying to do anything shifty with it, from what you can tell.
Any smell more.
Penny Smellmore. Let's,
Nope. Rin didn't say that. Didn't say it in Rin's voice. Didn't happen.
Well, you gotta tell me.
Rin Celica.
Okay. Oh. Rin Celica, not Penny Smellmore. That was not so
Klaus
weird.
Erden.
Oh. Klaus. Okay. Interesting name.
Axel Ekota.
Ah. What an odd name. Okay. Haven't heard anyone by that kind of name before. Write that down.
Then Rin
And he looks at Thyrus.
just like hits Thyrus on the chest and just looks at him expectantly.
Thyrus pulls out this piece of paper, and on it, I gotta go to the. He writes down a name and hands it to the Baron, and the Baron reads, Thyrus Becker. Okay, and he's like, I almost feel like I've heard that name before, but okay, yeah, Thyrus Becker. Okay, well, I got all four of your names. I'll make sure to put that in my report when I send to the Elector Count. But thank you for your services this day. If you ever need me, my name is Baron Frederick Habert. Most just refer to me as the Baron, but that is always something that you can. If you ever need us, just come to us. might be able to find some kind of work, but not a lot happens out here in Steingart. Obviously, this being a rare occasion, but good work. And he just kind of turns around and starts to leave.
Ezekiel.
And the other guys, the two younger guys kind of just walk off. The older man just kind of gives kind of a wave, a couple fingers, just a wave, and just starts leaving as well.
Klaus starts counting. Klaus starts counting out the gold.
You open the bag, it has 5 gold in it. No. A huge bag, just 5 gold. No, it, you count it, and it does just have 50 gold pieces directly in gold. There's no silver or copper mixed in or anything to try and equate to the amount monetarily. It's just flat 50 gold pieces.
It is a little annoying, but
It's just 1 gold. Doesn't matter.
Sorry. Alright, so do we divide that up?
Yeah, you guys can divide that between yourselves.
Alright.
and we have 2 left over.
Ren gives 10 of the gold. Klaus literally forces it into his hand. Square. It's like you said.
Square. Esposito. I going to do something with this.
Okay.
I don't know yet, but I'm going to do something with it.
As far as Thyrus kind of writes down on the same scrap he'd written his name, and just kind of hands it to Klaus and says, "I'll just take my." He says, "I'll just take my 12 gold. You guys can figure out what to do with the last 2 pieces."
Yeah, my 12.
Got the 12 and 10 from Bryn. Is the old dude still here?
No, they've all kind of walked off. I mean, you can still kind of see them. I mean, they're a bit far out. Like, you can't really see them that well. You'd have to yell pretty loud.
Would you like some gold?
He kind of turns around, kind of confused.
I hold up 2 gold pieces. Would you like some money?
Kind of, you can see him like slightly maybe shrug and just kind of starts walking back towards you. It's like, pretty sure this is what you all were promised, but I'll definitely take some. Thank you.
You were a big help. Here. 2 for you, and 1 for each of your boys.
Blessed be Sigmar this day.
Praise be to
don't know
Sigmar
what-
and to Lyra.
It's
I
a
don't know
Lyra
what
both.
either of that means, but sure. You guys
Yes.
pulled your weight.
Gives you a nod and says to Lyra and Sigmar both. And then he turns his way, seeming a little bit more happy.
Das Vidania.
And just, without turning around, just kind of gives a good full hand up in the air. Okay.
Friends, I
Um,
propose we drink.
yes. Thyrus just kind of gives his head a nod. Just like,